Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Wednesday night live stream with me, Playtendoguy Pete, Andy from Forgotten World of Movies,
Hello.
Mike from Cinema Axeman,
Hello.
and tonight's special guest, Matt from Horror in 4K.
What's going on, guys? Good to be here.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it's great to ask you on. I've been wanting to ask you for a little while, and I thought, you know what, I'll ask him, and you were free, so it's brilliant.
Man, that's an honour. It's an honour to be here, man.
Yeah, it's an honour to have you on here, so yeah. So I'm going to ask a question. What was some of the latest films you guys watched over the past week? Do you want to go first, Andy?
Sure. I've nearly finished rewatching the Naked Gun trilogy. I find those movies hysterical. Staples of my childhood. Just absolutely love them. And I've recently picked them up on Blu-ray, and they look amazing.
Nice.
Yeah, it's fantastic stuff.
I think I've only ever seen the first one. Yeah.
Probably the best one, isn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, the first one's probably the best one.
Mm.
But the sequels aren't bad.
Oh, I'll have to have a look, see if I can pick up the trilogy. I should think it's not too much expensive, about 15 quid.
Yeah.
No, that's all right. What about you, Mike? What were some of the last films you watched?
The last film I watched was a film called Moscow on the Hudson. It's a film that The Indicator released, and it's an early film that starred Robin Williams. And yeah, it was not bad. Pleasant little comedy drama. Yeah.
Oh, cool. I've never heard of that one before.
Yeah, I'd not heard of it until recently. But yeah, I found it in CEX for not too bad a price, especially for an Indicator title. So yeah, picked it up.
Oh, that's good. Sorry about this. No, I don't want no chicken McNuggets. I just had a notification about McDonald's for some reason.
Right. No, it's
Yeah.
So,
So what was the last film you watched, Matt?
the last film I watched, oh my god, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the new one.
Yeah.
Only because I've been binging shows at the minute, so I haven't really watched many movies. But I've been watching. I did watch the Texas Chainsaw Massacre,
Yeah.
and it was right. It was good. There's some bits that I was a bit like, but it is what it is. But it was alright.
Yeah, and it was great because it was free on Netflix.
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
Found a few holes, with the original. It's apparently a continuation from the original onto this one, which it made quite sense because obviously, he wasn't in an orphanage, he had a home. But other than that, the bus scene was awesome.
Yeah.
I think that was the best part and the ending.
Yeah.
Yep. He moved about really well for a guy in his 70s, I must admit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's madness, absolutely madness. But no, it was a good film. The kills were awesome.
Definitely, really brutal.
I didn't understand when obviously was it Sally with the chainsaw, where she got pretty much ripped in half, but she could still use her shotgun. So what was
the magic of movies, I suppose.
Yeah,
Oh,
crazy.
yeah. For me, I watched the two Equalizer films at the weekend. They were pretty fun, enjoyable little thrillers, very standard stuff. And I also watched another film, but I won't say what it is because I'm going to wait and see if the person asked me in the questions. Because I've been asked to watch it for quite a while, but I did watch it.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, before we go into the comments, Matt, is this your first time on the channel? Did you just want to promote your channel or your Instagram to people?
Yeah, my Instagram is as it states under my cam. It says Horror in 4K. That's where you can find me on Instagram. I post hauls, pickups. I do filming in HMV. I do other bits in CEX, and I just post up on my Instagram and my pickups, hauls, and videos. And for anyone who likes physical media, come and give me a follow. That'd be amazing. I've almost got 700 now, which is awesome. So
Oh, that's great. I did watch one of yours on Instagram the other day, and you were in Cafe Nero with a coffee.
Yeah. Oh, I'm always got a coffee in my hand. I love coffee. So
Very
or,
similar to me, Anne.
or caffeinated beverages. So.
Yeah. Did you see the Batman coffee cups in Cafe Nero?
No.
Yep. They got like the takeaway coffee cups are branded the Batman now.
Oh my god. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, they got like a special Batman coffee as well. It's supposed to be a mystery flavour, and if you guess the flavour, you might win a prize or something.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And the chocolate sprinkles they put on top, they've got like a question mark one for the Riddler as well.
That's very Instagrammable. So I might get down there and.
Yeah. Right.
That's
Let's get
awesome.
on to the comments. All. And first up, we have Josh here from FilmFlick. Hey guys. Hey Josh. Hope you're feeling better, mate.
What's up, Josh?
Oh, and we've got Marvel fan here. Hey Marvel fan. Hope you're well.
Hello.
We got the View with Drew here. Hey mate. Hope you're all right.
I do.
And we've got Niels here. Am I pronouncing his name right? Niels? Yeah, I keep saying Niles,
Yeah.
but I think I'm pronouncing it right
Yeah.
as Niels. So
That's
yeah,
right,
Niels
yeah.
is here. Hey guys, nice to see you again. Looking forward to a nice chat as always. Thanks ever so much, Niels. Hope you're doing well, mate. Edward's here saying evening everyone. Hope you're all well. Thanks, Edward. And
Edward.
Josh is saying, how are we all? Not too bad.
Good.
All good, yeah.
A little bit tired.
Yeah, bit tired, but yeah, other than that, all good.
Yeah. Got Soph here. Evening, gents. Evening, Soph.
Hi, Soph.
Right. Bumpers Movies here saying evening all. Favourite Stephen King adaptation? That's a good question.
It's a hard question.
It is.
So many, but off the gate, I'm gonna have to say probably Pet Sematary.
Yeah. Good pick.
That traumatized me as a kid.
Yeah.
Little Gage gets hit by a truck, and that was it. I was like, oh my god. Yeah.
The two for me is probably is it Salem's Lot and The Shining. I quite like them too.
Yeah, I've only read 2 of his books. I'm ashamed to say. I've only read Carrie and I've only read The Shining.
I think I've read 3.
That's more than what I've done, guys. I'm not a big reader, so.
But I'd probably say one of my favorite adaptations, because I know Stephen King's like he sort of tackles like a lot of like the supernatural. But one for me, which I find terrifying because I actually think it could actually happen and it could be real, is Misery.
Mm-hmm.
That's one for me. It just blows me out the water, that movie. I think Kathy Bates is fucking terrifying in that film.
Good movie.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. I need to watch it soon.
Oh man, I held my ankle for days after seeing that film.
What about you, Mike?
It's a tough one for me because I'm a huge Stephen King fan, but I'm probably going to be really controversial here, and people are probably going to laugh at me for saying this, but I'm going to say The Shining, but not the Kubrick one. I'm going to say the TV movie version. I love it. I think it's very underrated. Other than that, I love Stand By Me, one of the few sort of non-horror ones, and I love like The Green Mile and Shawshank Redemption. There's just so many. There's just too many to name.
Yeah, there's quite a few. Oh yeah, I was going to say, Firestarter is a Stephen King adaptation. Have you seen the trailer for the new one?
Yeah, I wasn't that taken with it.
It looks all right.
Yeah, it looks all right. But you know, I talk about Stephen King. he put up a wonderful tribute up to Ukraine on his Twitter.
Mm.
Was touching. He was wearing a Ukraine t-shirt. I stand with Ukraine, and it was a picture of Stephen King. It was an amazing picture, amazing tribute. So yeah,
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's good. Soph says a film that that was really hyped up, but was a huge disappointment.
I can think of two. Dark Knight Rises and The Last Jedi.
Oh yeah, definitely Last Jedi. Oh, that still hurts today.
Yeah.
No, I'm with you on The Dark Knight Rises. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Not a fan of that one, I'm afraid.
I'd say not the Suicide Squad, but Suicide Squad with Jared Leto.
Yeah. Ooh. What about you, Mike?
I've got two. So one of them's The Dark Knight Rises. I just remember being so deflated when I saw that movie because I was so excited for it. But the other one is Indiana Jones, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Because at the time when that came out, I was like the biggest Indiana Jones fan, and I just could not wait for that film. And yeah, I was so disappointed when I saw it.
Yeah, definitely. I got that Christmas morning and I watched it and I was like, wow, that's crap.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Aliens? What? But yeah, another one for me, it's all right, but I was a bit disappointed with it, was Avatar.
Okay.
Yeah, because I never saw it at the cinema. I saw it at home, so obviously never got the full cinema experience that a lot of people did.
Yeah, I remember seeing it in the cinema and loving it. But then when I got it on Blu-ray and rewatched it, I was like, it's not as good as I remember. I think like seeing it in the cinema was, I think it was kind of part of the experience of seeing the film in the cinema. But
yeah,
afterwards, I wasn't really that bothered by it anymore.
Yeah, I think that's probably what happened with me. Also, obviously, Dark Knight Rises, I just didn't like that film at all. I wasn't the biggest fan of Bane either, and his voice.
Yeah.
I'm not much a fan. I'm not really a huge fan like other people are of the Nolan trilogy. I'm just, I think, don't get me wrong, the Joker, Heath's Joker is absolutely incredible. You can't match it. But if you take him out of that movie, it would be average. I don't know.
Yeah, I kind of prefer Batman Begins to The Dark Knight.
Yeah, I'm the same.
Yeah. It's like Heath Ledger chews up so much scenery in that film. There's not much for anyone else to get room in. You know what I mean? It's just like he overshadows everyone in that movie, and he steals the show too much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Josh says, I rewatched Mad Max Fury Road today and I realised it's Fast and Furious if Dom ran out of Corona. It's a great film. Visually stunning. Definitely really enjoyed it. We're supposed to be getting like a prequel film, aren't we, with like Charlize Theron character? Furiosa or whatever her name is.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I think that's coming out in a couple of years' time. But what did you thought of Fury Road, Andy?
I loved it. I thought it was great. The only Mad Max movie I don't particularly like is the third one. But I love George Miller's movies. I think he really makes some good stuff. But yeah, Fury Road, I think, is just a visual treat. It's visually stunning. Yeah.
Mike?
Yeah, love it. It's just thoroughly entertaining from start to finish. I think it was my second favorite film of the 2010s. Yeah, I love it. But sort of on a similar thing with this comment, I've never seen a single Fast and Furious film, so I don't really get the joke. I think the only Fast and Furious film I've seen is the Tokyo one. That was like the third one or something.
Yeah. That one's a bit ropey, that one is. What about you, Matt? Have you seen Tokyo Drift? Mad Max.
Yeah, I've seen them all. Yeah, Fury Road was awesome. Yeah, Fury
Definitely.
Road, great popcorn flick. You just stick it on, have a good time. You haven't really got to pay much. You haven't got to pay a lot of attention to it. It's just on,
Nope.
one of those
Yeah.
movies that if you've had a hard day, it's nice just to relax and put on a film that you ain't got to pay too much attention to. Then Fury Road is one I just put on.
Yeah, totally agree. We've got Jules here saying, "Evening, boys. Off to see the Batman with Mr. Millership on Tuesday. Are you all watching it?" Yeah.
100.
Yeah.
100%. Although I'm going to have a good pee beforehand, because I've got a bladder of an 80-year-old woman. So it's nearly a 3-hour long movie. So
Yeah. Hopefully, I might have to travel quite a fair bit to get it because my local isn't going to have it until like the end of the month. But I'm going to see if I can see it at the weekend somehow. Oh.
yeah, you want to beg mum to drive you to the cinema somewhere to go see it.
Definitely. Try and see it before the spoilers get me. The viewer Drew says, "Sorry if I've already asked this, but would be cool if an Avengers team happened and the team would be Jackman's Wolverines, Toby's Spider-Man, Affleck's Daredevil, Nicolas Cage's Ghost Rider, Wesley Snipes' Blade, and Thomas Jane's Punisher."
That would be a very interesting one.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, that'd be quite cool. What do you think, Andy?
Yeah, I'd love to see something like that.
What about you, Matt?
I tried to burn Affleck's Daredevil out of my brain, but but yeah, it could be a cool time. Yeah, for sure.
We've got a Vanda here from Slow Reviews. Hey, legends. Hey, Vanda. Hope you're well.
I found it.
And the Thing from the 2005 Fantastic Four movie. 5. Yeah. We've got Roberta here saying hello. And we've got the viewer Drew saying, again, or if I've already asked this question. I don't think you had.
No.
Marvel fan says, "What do you guys think of No Way Home's cover artwork on the physical media? Bit disappointed that there wasn't any alternative artwork set from the Zavi and Amazon Steelbooks."
I'm just thankful we haven't got the American one. Have you seen that one? It's
no, I don't think so.
It's the artwork for the American one's a bit underwhelming, but it looks like he's giving himself a front wedgie on the cover. It's just I don't know, but yeah, the English one, I think it looks good. Looks all right.
Yeah, I think it's the same one, just a bit zoomed in with a different coloured background, isn't it? Like a purplish tint to the background.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that looks pretty nice. At least it doesn't reveal any spoilers. It's just a nice bit of artwork. Hopefully we'll get some slip covers, because I don't think there's any slip covers on the pictures yet, are there? What about you, Andy?
I've not seen it yet. I've not seen the artwork for it.
I haven't seen the steelbooks, so. What about you, Mike?
No, I'm the same. I've not seen the artwork. I know there was I have seen some. I don't know if it was temporary artwork. It's probably changed since I last saw it, but I've not seen the final one.
Yeah, it's very similar to the temporary artwork, just like zoomed in a bit more with like a purple background.
Right.
We've got Jill saying, "Even Marvel fan," and beautiful Soph. Marvel fan has already tweaked it and said Roadhouse. Yes, I did watch Roadhouse the other day. Really enjoyed it. A lot of fun. So yeah, that question has been answered now. So I wonder what will be the next film that I'll be demanded to watch. I think the first one was Halloween, wasn't it? Yeah. So I'm looking forward to seeing what is the next film I've got to watch.
Which Halloween? Original?
The first one, the original Halloween, yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, you
I only watched it last year for the first time, but really did enjoy it.
Awesome.
We've got the DVD and film bloke here saying hi. Thanks for joining, mate. Talking to Jules. Jules says, Roadhouse Peter film you watched? Definitely did. A lot of fun. Soph saying evening Jules. Marvel Hand saying hello to Vanda and Soph. Right, DVD and film bloke says, I recently watched Born on the 4th of July, which is probably my favourite Tom Cruise film. I prefer Natural Born Killers and Talk Radio over when it comes to Oliver Stone, but it's still great. Have you seen Born on the 4th of July, Andy?
Yeah, I've seen all three of those movies. Yeah, it's the best Tom Cruise has ever been, like in terms of acting. He's phenomenal in that movie. He's just absolutely firing on all pistons. Natural Born Killers, it's okay for me. I know a lot of people love that movie, but I think it's got a great cast. But on rewatch, it doesn't really hold up for me that well. Talk Radio is fucking amazing. I love that movie. It's really, really underrated. Definitely needs a lot more love than it gets. Very simple movie. Pretty much the whole movie takes place in this radio station for like pretty much the entire movie, and there's a couple of flashbacks here and there, but it's got one amazing performance in it by the lead actor. But I'd also throw Platoon and The Doors in that mix with Oliver Stone movies, because when he makes a good movie, he makes a good movie. And he's one of my favorite directors, Oliver Stone.
I've heard of a lot of these films, but I haven't seen them. The only one I've seen is actually Natural Born Killers, but I do have Born on the 4th of July, so I probably will watch that soon. What about you, Mike? Have you seen any of these films?
Yeah, I loved Born on 4th of July. I haven't seen it for a while. I haven't seen it for probably about 10 years, but I remember loving it. And yeah, Tom Cruise, even though he's quite young in that film, it probably is his best performance. He's amazing in it. Natural Born Killers is one of my most hated movies. I'm just gonna leave it there. Talk Radio I've not seen, but I would say for Oliver Stone, Platoon's my favorite.
Cool. What about you, Matt?
I've not seen any of them, mate. So
right, yeah. The only one I've seen is Natural Born Killers, and I didn't mind it. I watched it when I was a kid, which was probably not what I should have watched, but there you go. Jules is looking forward to the Batman. Right. DVD from Film Bloke says he went into H&V today and got Deliverance, Edward Scissorhands, Four Lions, and the Rocky Collection. Good selection of stuff there.
Yeah. I wasn't the biggest fan of Four Lions, but I like the others.
No. What is Deliverance? Which one's that about now?
Fucking hell. But, it's pretty much like about these four friends. They go on this trip to like get away into like the wilderness, and they come across hillbillies, and the hillbillies have their way with them. And it's a bit like a sort of like things go wrong, really, really wrong, really fast. Yeah, it's got an amazing cast and probably one of the best music scenes in films ever with the dueling banjos. It's amazing. But it's a great movie, but pretty disturbing in parts.
Oh right, I'll have to have a look at that one. Have you seen any of these films, Matt?
Yeah, I've seen them all. Yeah, and of course Rocky is just, is amazing. I mean, Rocky 4 is probably my favourite. And talking of Rocky 4, actually, I saw a meme today that made me laugh. It was Stallone as Rocky going up against Drago, and it said, "If the only man that can stop Russia," and it was a picture of Rocky. So but Rocky, you can't beat it. And Deliverance is awesome. Edward Scissorhands, Four Lions. I think that's the comedy film about terrorists, isn't it? Yeah.
What about you, Mike? Have you seen any of these films?
Yeah, I've seen all of them apart from Four Lions. Deliverance is one I enjoy it. It's not one I like to go back to all that often. Edward Scissorhands is fantastic, and yeah, I love the Rocky films.
Soph says, Matt, I also have the Hitchcock house set. What is your favourite movie from the set? I have only seen Psycho and the Birds.
Oh my goodness. It'll probably have to be The Birds or Psycho. They're probably my favourite Hitchcock movies of all time. But that house set is beautiful. I snagged that actually in CEX actually for 30 quid. So I've got quite
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's a good price.
Yeah. It's like the motel with a lenticular on it it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it goes for like 100 quid in H&B, I think.
Yeah. It's crazy.
We've got Hey Marvel Fan, Niels, right. DVD Film Bloke says, slightly less great. The Rocky set came in those shitty eco boxes. Oh, nah. Oh, I hate them cases.
Same.
Neo says, a good looking guest at last. We've got Matt saying, evening gents.
All right.
We've got Popping the Popcorn here saying hi everyone.
Hey.
Marvel Fan saying, I'm disappointed that No Way Home doesn't get alternative artwork all the same. Matt H saying, what is your favourite animation? That's a good question. There's so many.
Probably Massacre of Phantasm. I love that film.
Yep.
I think it's
good
great.
Classic film.
Yeah.
Mike?
There's too many. Batman, yeah, the animated series, Dragon Ball Z, South Park, numerous animes. Yeah, there's too many to name.
Matt?
So many, but I'm gonna have to go. I like the style of the new these Into the Spider-Verse films. I think they're quite cool and quirky, and
yeah,
I'm gonna have to probably go with them.
Good pick.
But saying obviously, he was said about South Park just then. I just remembered Family Guy, and you just said you just seen Roadhouse. So there's going to be a few scenes of Family Guy that make you laugh even more now you've seen Roadhouse. So because there's always a gag in Family Guy. It's just But I'm just.
I've been told about that, about Family Guy and Roadhouse.
Yeah.
Right. For me, I don't really know. I suppose Toy Story wise, you could say the earlier Simpsons stuff, like the first 10 seasons. I don't actually mind the Simpsons movie. I think that's probably the last good thing the Simpsons has done. Right. We've got Neil saying, horror in 4K. Are you picking up the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre on German 4K or on the 4K coming from Second Sight?
I'm going for the Second Sight edition because I've got a few Second Sights as it is. I've got like The Guest, Revenge. I've got quite a few Second Sights, and I've also pre-ordered The Witch Second Sight. Have you seen that? The edition they're putting out. It's Chef's Kiss. It looks beautiful. So I'm probably going to wait for the Second Sight release for Texas Chainsaw, but the German one does look quite good as well. So.
Will you double dip?
I might do. It all depends.
Yeah.
Because Second Sight are releasing quite a few nice stuff this year, to be honest. So
their sets are really nice. I know they're like about 50 quid, but they're nice sets.
Oh, 2 sets. This is what I picked up. Oh, got a couple months ago from Second Sight. It's a.
Oh yeah, The Guest.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I still need to see that film.
It's a beautiful set.
Definitely does look good. Are you two guys going to pick up Texas Chainsaw on 4K when it comes over?
I like the film. I just don't like it that much to get it on 4K.
Yeah, I think I'm the same, really. It'll be interesting to see what it looks like on 4K, just because it's got that very, very gritty, grainy kind of look. So
Yeah,
it'll be interesting to see what it looks like. I might pick it up, depending on what it looks like, because I do quite like Second Sight limited editions. They tend to be quite nice. So yeah, I'll wait until I see a bit more of it.
Right. Josh is saying, I'm officially seeing the Batman on Friday as my COVID is clearing. That's great to hear.
oh god,
I can't wait. I can't wait. Honestly, that movie looks perfection.
Mm.
I just like the way they've got Gotham down. It looks like, don't get me wrong, with the Dark Knight series, it didn't really look like Gotham. It just looked like an average city that you get, anywhere. Whereas this one, Gotham looks like it's gritty, it's dark, it kind of reminds me of the Arkham games. So
Yes,
I'm quite.
I agree with that. I was watching the trailers and thinking the same thing.
Yeah, man.
yeah. Well, they filmed it in our town centre.
No way.
Yeah. I tried going into our town centre and I couldn't get parked because they blocked pretty much the whole area off. There was like police barrages everywhere. I couldn't get parked anywhere because they were filming this movie, and I'm just so looking forward to it because I'm going to be able to like point out places I've been.
Yeah.
There's a big museum in our town centre, and it just looks so suited for Gotham City. This museum, I can't wait to see it.
That's gonna be nuts.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. So, just saying this so for Jason. Yeah, she's staying there watching some films. We've got Tony from Horror and Todd here. Hey, fellas, hope you're well. Thanks for joining, Tony.
What's up, Tony, bro?
Jill's saying about going on the stream, so says at some point. Josh says, I'm not really a fan of Batman Begins. Yeah, fair enough.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Vince is saying hi. Thanks for joining, Vince.
Hi, Vince.
Oh, the comments have all gone absolutely weird. Right, here we go. Soph isn't a fan either. Filmflick says Furiosa just cast Chris Hemsworth as the villain. Interesting.
Yeah,
that's cool. Isn't it Anya Taylor-Joy that's going to be Furiosa in this film?
I think so. Yeah, that's what I've heard.
If so, that's pretty cool. But still like 2 or 3 years away. I kind of want a new Mad Max instead.
Yeah.
Jules says, then I can't laugh at you. Taking Mick out of him makes me laugh. Marvel fan says, what do you think of the Fast and Furious franchise? I gave up after 8. Can't be asked to watch the spin-off and number 9. And I know, Mike, you've only ever seen Tokyo Drift, so...
Yep.
So you're going to be out on this question.
Yeah, I mean, all I'll say is I got dragged to the cinema to see that film, and obviously because I'd not seen any of the others, and it wasn't the type of film I was interested in. I actually fell asleep in the cinema when I went to see it, so I'll just leave it there at that.
I'm surprised you got to sleep with the screeching cars going off.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. What about you, Andy?
My favourite out of them is probably the spin-off, Hobbs and Shaw. I just think they're really sort of dumb movies. I think the 7th one gave a really, really good send-off to Paul Walker. The end of that film's quite emotional. I think it really, really paid tribute to him really, really nicely. But yeah, Hobbs and Shaw, man, I actually really like that film because it feels less of a Fast and Furious movie and more of like Rock, Jason Statham, Idris Elba movie. And just have a lot of fun with. Yeah.
What about you, Matt?
Yeah, I agree with Andrew. Yeah, I like Hobbs and Shaw, but I think they should have been left after 7. Personally, I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it up to 7, and then from 7, I've just kind of gone there. Yeah, I don't care anymore.
Yeah, Yeah, I agree. The first one's pretty good. The other one's up to like Fast and Furious 5, is it? I weren't that keen on. 5, 6, and 7 are great. 8 has its moments. 9, well, that's something entirely. But Hobbs and Shaw is a lot of fun. It is really good.
Good
The,
popcorn. Sure.
Yeah.
the chemistry between The Rock and Jason Statham is just brilliant.
Oh, I agree.
Absolutely.
Ain't we getting a sequel? I thought we were.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, there was like rumors going about we're supposed to be getting a sequel, and it's supposed to be Keanu Reeves as the villain, so that'd be quite cool. But Idris Elba was really good in that film as well. Matt H says, "What is your best movie-related charity shop find?"
I can't really answer that one because I've never really bought any films from a charity shop before.
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to bow out of that one.
Yeah, I'm the
What about
same.
you? You're the same, Matt?
Yeah, I'm the same.
Yep. Mike?
Yeah, I think I'm the same as well. I do sometimes buy from charity shops, but I've never really found anything, super rare. It's always just general stuff, really.
Yeah. Oh, same here. I mean, I picked up, is it Princess Mononoke from one of the charity shops on Blu-ray, sealed for £2, which was a pretty good price, and that's about it. Unless you want box sets of 50 Shades of Grey, there's nothing in charity shops.
Yeah.
Jill says, "I haven't watched Fast and Furious since Paul Walker passed away." Yeah. 7 was the perfect ending, I think.
Yeah.
Jill says, has anyone heard of a film called Kim?
No.
Is this Kimmy with Zoe Kravitz, that new one? Does she mean that one?
Don't know.
I don't know. That's the only one I can think of, but I haven't heard of a film called Kim. Bumpers says 5, 6, and 7 are very underrated Fast and Furious movies. Justin Lin and James Wan on director duties. Fantastic movie makers. 5, 6, and 7 are just really fun films.
Yeah, they're probably the best ones. Yeah. Out of the series, yeah.
Yeah, I think that was like 5 and 6 was when I started to watch them because they actually looked quite good. I did watch the first one, but the rest of them I was just never really that bothered about. But 5, 6, and 7 are so good. Jill said Kimmy. Yeah, it's a Zoe Kravitz film. It's like a modernization of Rear Window. It's like something like this, like AI thing, like a Alexa thing, and inside it, she like scans it for like viruses or something and finds like a code for help. Somebody's been murdered, and she tries to find out what's happening. But I know Josh has seen it, and he said it's great. It does look pretty good. It's only about 90 minutes long.
Okay.
Jill says the Fallout is a really mind-blowing. Josh says the Fallout is my favourite film of the year and one of my favourites, period. Have you guys seen the Fallout?
No, not yet.
No, was it on Netflix?
I've never heard of it.
It's new to me.
Yeah.
I ain't heard of it.
Yeah, I'm sure Josh will put it in the comments.
Yeah.
Dave says, "Hey guys, this is going to be a good evening. Hope you're doing good. Thanks ever so much, David, for joining." Bumpers Movie says, "What is the most messed up movie you have ever seen?" Serbian film. More.
I read the plot to that movie and that was enough for me.
Yeah, I won't watch that one.
No, it's up.
Yeah, I see they had it in Adston, the Music Magpie range. I was like, what? What about you, Andy?
There's a few for me. Pink Flamingos. That is one that's really hard to take. Faces of Death, really, really unpleasant movie. Yeah, Scum, that was a hard watch. Ray Winston, that was really tough. Yeah, probably those. But Pink Flamingos is the one that made me feel really, really ill. Like after watching it, I really felt queasy for a couple of days after watching that movie. It just knocked me sick.
What's it about?
It's about this like family, and they want to have this reputation of being like the most disgusting family ever, and like this rival couple try to steal the crown off them. But the shit they do is really, really nasty, and the shit you see on camera is you're seeing it for real.
Oh my god!
What they're doing, it's really nasty. Like, there's like a guy who like wanks in the corner, and he has like cum in his hands and stuff, and it's really nasty. It's really nasty. Someone eats dog shit. It's so fucking vile. Like, you see the bit in it that really made me feel sick was you see this naked guy, and you just see his arsehole pulsating back and forth. Like, he's just like, it's so fucking messed up. Like, I really, really felt ill, like, after watching it. Like, I couldn't eat. I just felt so nasty after it.
Oh, nice family movie then.
Yeah.
Nice film to sit down with a TV dinner. Way.
It's gross. It really is gross. There's like incestual sex in it as well. Like the mum gives the son a blowjob and that, and it's really nasty. Like I couldn't. I'll never ever watch that movie again because it's just so gross. I just couldn't take it.
Yeah. You normally sell me films, but this one you've definitely not sold me on. So thanks for telling me that. So I'm avoiding that one.
I know there's people that absolutely love it and just keep, get something out of it, but I could not get any enjoyment out of that movie whatsoever. It just made me feel ill.
Definitely seems like an acquired taste.
Yeah, it's something else. Yeah.
What about you, Mike?
I think I've got a few. There's one called Irreversible, which is I do actually quite like that movie, but there's one scene in it. It's sort of in the middle of the movie that it's a very prolonged like sexual assault scene, and it's not the nicest, unfortunately. There's another film called Martyrs. That's quite a tough watch in places, and I'd maybe say Audition as well. That's got a few pretty messed up moments in it.
I haven't seen that one yet, but I have got that, so that's another one on the watch list.
Yeah.
For me, I'm just going to say a recent one. Me and Ryan sat and watched it on a watch party, and I was like, what have you just made me watch? It was horrific, but strangely quite good. Yeah, Society. It started off like a normal film, and then the final half an hour was, wow, that happened.
I love that film. I adore the ending to that film.
I feel like most of that movie feels like a prolonged episode of Baywatch, and then like the ending is like it just goes completely crazy from there.
Yeah. It was just like I knew it was going to happen, but I was like, what am I watching? And I was sitting there watching it on my phone, and my facial expression was so shocked. And my parents said, "What are you watching?" "Oh, just a normal film. Just a normal film."
Yeah, the ending to that film is anything but normal.
Yeah, I have been questioning whether to pick up the Arrow release or not. I don't want to, but I kind of want to.
You want to, Pete. Yeah, you want to.
Probably will. Soph says, Matt, how many tattoos do you have? And what was your most painful? Sorry, not movie related. No, it's fine, Soph. I have 8 and counting. My most painful one was the collarbone.
Oh my god. I've generally lost count how many tattoos I've got. My fingers done, my hands. I've got all my chest is done. But that was my worst. My chest was my worst. Right there on the chest bone was torture. But yeah, it was worth it, definitely. But yeah, I want to get my whole throat done next. I get my throat done, and yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
David says another strike tomorrow on the trains.
Shit.
Yep. No comment. Josh says, I'm excited to get my Euphoria video done. Did you watch season 2, Matt?
No, I haven't started season 2 yet. Not yet, but I will. I'm going to get to it. I've got loads of things I'm watching. I've got Pam and Tommy, the new season of Peaky Blinders, Ozark. I'm neck deep in stuff that I'm watching at the moment that I'm trying to get finished. So, yeah.
Mm. Have you two guys seen Euphoria?
No. I'm finding TV a bit of a struggle to get through at the minute because I'm just so movie based. But I've watched the most recent TV I've watched the brand new episode of Walking Dead last week. I've not watched this week's one, and I've watched what I've really enjoyed, Pam and Tommy.
Yeah, Pam and Tommy. Yeah,
it's good.
Really been enjoying that.
Penis fucking
yeah.
It's one show I am so glad I watched when my parents are in bed.
Yo, it's one of those shows that you can't watch with your parents. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, completely.
Yeah.
No, I left it playing and I went out and I come back because I've got a drink and I come back and there was a talking penis. I was like, what the fuck's just happened?
It's really scary how much she looks like Pamela Anderson. Like,
it is, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've got about 2 more episodes of it and then I've finished it.
Yeah.
DVD and Film Bloke says, I started on my rewatch of Rick and Morty. I finished season 2 last night. Tonight I'm starting the infamous season 3, which I didn't mind on first viewing. Have you seen Rick and Morty?
Never watched it.
I've seen a couple of episodes. Yeah, it's pretty good, but I've never watched like a full season. What about you, Mike?
No, I've never watched it either. I remember the first time I heard the title. I think I was talking to someone about it, and I think we were in like quite a busy place. And I swear I thought he was saying rigor mortis, and I was like, what is this show rigor mortis? Like he keeps talking about, and then obviously later on I found out it was called Rick and Morty, but no, I've never seen it.
What about you, Matt? Have you seen Rick and Morty?
No, it's never been for me really. I'm more old school when it comes like South. I like the South Park and Family Guy. That's sort of how far I go with shows like that.
DVD and Film Bloke says, even though I don't like Family Guy, it did introduce me to Roadhouse.
Roadhouse is so entertaining. Like it's so fun.
It is a lot of fun. Yeah, I'll have to watch a few episodes of Family Guy. I'm not the biggest fan of Family Guy, but it's on TV most nights, so I'll give it a watch. I'm more into South Park. Marvel fan says, has anyone seen Beavis and Butthead? Paramount Plus is releasing a new movie and 2 new seasons. There was a reboot in 2011, but it only lasted a single season.
The only thing Beavis and Butthead I've seen is Beavis and Butthead Do America. I love that film as a kid. Yeah.
What about you, Mike?
No, I've never watched it. I think it was one of those shows. It was one of those sort of more adult-based cartoons that was probably just a little bit before my time, so I never really picked up on it.
What about you, Matt?
Yeah, I'm hyped. Yeah. More Beavis and Butthead would be awesome. Definitely. 100%.
Yes. I've seen a few episodes years ago, but I haven't seen it in years. But I'm glad it's getting a new movie and some new seasons. I think we're getting a new South Park film as well. I think they announced that as well.
I don't know how South Park would work in this time, to be honest, without this whole new generation of people that get upset quite easily.
Yeah,
that's true.
So it should be interesting.
Yeah. DVD from Film Bloke says, I don't know how Texas Chainsaw would look on 4K given it was shot on 16mm, so natively it has less detail than if it was on a 35mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting watch to see how the 4K looks, because like the grainy look of it, will that still remain on 4K?
It should do. It might
Yeah.
be it might be overly grainy, because I think they tend to retain the grain when they do 4Ks.
They did with the Ghostbusters.
Okay.
Ooh. David says, have you watched Men in Black International?
Unfortunately, yes.
Oh no. What did you think of it?
I watched that movie back to back at the cinema with X-Men Dark Phoenix. And it was one of the worst days ever. It was painful. Yeah. Do not like Men in Black International at all. Not for me.
No.
Yeah. You seen it, Matt?
Unfortunately, I have. Yeah. Nothing compares to the first Men in Black.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. You seen it, Mike?
No, haven't had the pleasure. I'm not actually the biggest fan of the Men in Black films. I like the first one, but I don't love it. I can kind of take it or leave it. I've never really ventured into the sequels because I've heard they just kind of they get worse after that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen the first three, and that's all I'm sticking to. I like the first one. The first one's great. Second one's all right, I suppose. Third one's a bit better, but International, I've heard some dreadful things about it. Stick 'em well away from that.
Yeah. Not great.
DVD and Film Bloke says, I've seen all of the Mike Judge collections, the 2011 series, and the first film of Beavis and Butthead. We've got Dr. Impossible here saying, I've just finished watching a great film with Eric Roberts called King of the Gypsies, directed by Frank Pearson from '78. Story involves the criminal underbelly of a gypsy family in New York evening. Never heard of it. Have you heard of it, Andy?
No. I like Eric Roberts as an actor, but I've not heard of this film, King of the Gypsies. No.
Mike?
No, I've not heard of it either.
No. Matt?
No, mate. No, I haven't heard of it.
Right. Marvel fan says, does anyone know the Batman UK certificate? It's like 15 here, isn't it?
I think, yeah.
Yes, 15.
Yeah, I think like literally just before we gone live in Dublin, or was it Belfast? It's like 15A, so a kid can go with you, but it's only in one city in Ireland.
Okay.
Neo says, what's Matt's channel called, guys? Horror in 4K.
Horror in 4K, but not on YouTube, on Instagram.
Marvel fan says it's 15. Thanks. DVD and Film Bloke says, I can't stand the Christopher Nolan Batman films. They're all pretty crap, with The Dark Knight Rises being the worst.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I wouldn't say they're crap, even though I don't like those movies, because I don't think Christopher Nolan makes crap. I think there are some merit to his movies, whether you like them or not. But I do think he makes very interesting movies, definitely movies worth talking about. But on a personal level, his Batman movies are not my favorite. I just don't enjoy them as much as most people. Yeah, they've sort of gotten worse for me over time.
I agree.
Yeah.
I do agree. Seth says you only do Instagram stuff, and that's true. Josh says it's funny how a fast franchise went from cars racing to cybernetic humans and cars in space. Watch this space. It'll be time travel next. Dom will find a DeLorean and go back to the past. David says my best pickup in the charity shop was a complete box set of Indiana Jones on Blu-ray for £3. That's a really good price.
Yeah.
That is. Yeah.
You get 3 great films and a free coaster. Josh says you have to sell the seas for the Fallout, sadly, but I really implore you to watch it. Oh. DVD and Film Bloke says, I'm surprised the guy who gave the charity shop all those copies of 50 Shades was able to do it without any embarrassments. Maybe he was. I think probably he must have just went in there with a discreet bag and just plopped it on the table and walked out as quickly as possible.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I wonder what the questions would be. Who the heck would leave all those copies? Karashi Ichi's here, even mate, thanks for joining. Josh says, most disturbing film, Titane, Antichrist, and The Nightingale. I definitely do agree about Titane. Yeah, I've heard about Nightingale. It's pretty rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to pick it up last week, and then I decided not to because I read some of the descriptions. I thought, wow, it goes there, and I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah. It's just that opening bit. It's just rough as fuck. It's just so tough.
Yeah. Titane's, yeah, pretty disturbing. I bet it was pretty disturbing for you, Andy, just watching it in French.
Yep.
No subtitles.
I've corrected it now. I've got a copy of it with subtitles, but I've not watched it yet.
Oh, that's all right. So saying evening from her and Jason. DVD from Film Bloke says, I've seen Lisa Love's review of a Serbian film, and there's no way I'm watching it. Don't blame you. Sounds well, yeah. Bump This Movie says, great film. DVD from Film Bloke says, Pink Flamingos. The movie featured Divine eating dog shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
What a way to sell a film.
Yep.
Even back to the both of you. David says, has all the movies gone from Tesco's and Sainsbury's in your local area?
My Morrison's is still stacked with physical media. Like it's got new releases and everything.
Yep. What about you, Mike?
I don't really go in often to check, but I know that the Tesco nearest to us, I'm sure that still has some DVDs and Blu-rays.
Yeah.
Yeah, my Sainsbury's hasn't.
No. Yeah. For me, Sainsbury's got rid of them about a month or two ago. Literally got rid of all the films super cheap. Tesco's still got a few at the moment, but I noticed somebody on the Big Paulie page, Tesco has replaced all the media with like compost, like literally bags of compost.
Wow.
Great.
Yeah. My mum read in the paper the other day saying like, oh, they're getting rid of media. Instead, they're partnered up with Love Honey to sell adult toys.
Wow.
What a thing. Go into Tesco and get a pint of milk and some of that.
Well, we've got rid of all your favourite Blu-rays, but here's the deal, though. You can go fuck yourself.
Yep. DVD Film Bloke says, for some reason, John Walter's later film, Female Trouble, is on the Criterion for some reason.
Yeah, John Waters directed Pink Flamingos. Like some of his later movies I really like Serial Mom and Crybaby, but for some reason Pink Flamingos I'll never ever watch that movie again. It's too much.
Don't blame you. Bumpers Movie says a Serbian film is getting a 4K release from Unearthed Movies.
Oh my god!
Wow,
that's a movie you do not want to see in 4K.
Yeah. Why ever? Oh, I don't know. Dr. Impossible says poor author James Herbert never really had a decent adaptation of his books done with respect. Maybe The Haunted from 1995 and The Survivor, which was a total disaster directed by David Hemmings. DVD from Film Bloke says, I believe Pink Flamingos is still technically cut in the UK. I believe the BBFC said they would pass it uncut in 2008, but the distributors pulled it.
Yeah, the copy I've got's a Region 1 Blu-ray, Region 1 DVD. So it's from America. So it's uncut. It has everything.
You see it in its full shit-eating glory.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to find it online.
Yeah. Josh is saying I have to watch
Yes,
Pink Flamingos. So.
No, it's gonna be one of those movies where it's like I have to watch it, but once you've watched it, you're gonna be like, why the fuck did I do that?
And now I was thinking that'd be like a film about bloody flamingos.
Yeah. I think the day after I watched it, I went out for a Chinese meal and I just couldn't eat. I just couldn't finish it. I just felt so queasy and so sick because this movie was just, it kept playing in my mind, all these disgusting bits.
It was embroidered in your mind,
yeah. I couldn't shift it out my mind. I was just like, I can't eat this. It's just like, I can't keep it down. It's just, it just got me. Yeah.
Neil says the most messed up movie I've ever seen is the German movie. I'm not going to pronounce that, and it's a very messed up film. Neo says, Pete, when you defect into the bounty punch. No, still staying here. Koroshir says, you become my new favourite person ever, Niels. Bumps movie saying Requiem for a Dream is messed up. It's the most non-horror horror film I've ever seen.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've heard of it. I've heard it's quite a good film, but I've never seen it.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's
got some of the best acting I've ever seen in that movie.
I'm going to gather it's a film you got to go into not knowing too much.
Yeah, the US had a nice stillbit release for it as well.
Oh, that's cool. DVD and Film Bloke says, I've honestly not seen that many films that are messed up.
Good.
That's good.
Yeah.
Good. Don't watch Pink Flamingos.
Or Serbian film.
Yeah.
Or Serbian film.
Yeah.
Martha Fan says, have you watched the movie called Old from 2003?
No.
I've seen the new one with
same.
Yeah, so that was a bit but
yeah, the M. Night Shyamalan one. Yeah, I've heard some dodgy things about that one.
Yeah.
Bumpers Movie says, I love extreme cinema. Check out a South American rape revenge movie called Trauma.
Sounds lovely.
Yep.
I say that Casualties of War, that was fucking rough to watch as well.
Yeah.
That's on the premiums, isn't it? With Sean Penn.
Yeah.
I think it might be a sold out, that one, because I remember trying to search for it. I mean, I've got it, but I think when I was on HMV, it said it was sold out. So I don't know if you can still get it in store.
Last House on the Left was rough as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Surf says, stop trying to steal Pete from us. David says, have you watched the Baywatch movie? It's a terrible movie.
I heard it's bad. Not seen
I
it.
haven't seen it. Nah. Have you guys seen it, Matt?
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah. The one with Zac Efron and Dwayne Johnson. Yeah. If you don't watch it you don't watch those movies for the plot, though. Let's be honest. That's
yeah.
You're not watching it for the plot.
No, you're not. Josh is saying Possessor is a messed up film. That's fairly recent, isn't it? That film that looks quite good.
Yeah, I really like that film. It's directed by David Cronenberg's son.
Yeah, I was going to say it was. Yeah.
Yeah, and it just feels like a modern day Cronenberg film.
Ooh. Dr. Impossible says, have any of you seen a Fritz Lang film? Pete, you're excluded from this one. And you still haven't seen Roadhouse 2? No, I haven't seen Roadhouse 2. But what's a Fritz Lang film?
Am I right in saying M?
Yeah, that's the only one I've seen.
Yeah. M's fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
It still holds up.
Yeah. I'm completely at a loss here. DVD and Film Bloke says, I don't have any tattoos. They've never appealed to me, and I just don't like the idea of getting one. I'm not afraid of needles, but I don't want a tattoo. Oh, I'd like a tattoo, but I'm just afraid of needles. Josh says, I'm not digging Pam and Tommy, I just don't like it.
Fair. That's fair.
That's fair enough, yeah. Yeah, I've spoke to a few people who think it's like drags on a little bit, and yeah, I can kind of get that. It's obviously been dramatized up a bit more so it can flesh out to a whole series.
Yeah.
It's worth it for Lily James, let's just say.
Shit.
Neil says, just watched On the Buses, the movie on Netflix yesterday, and it was a very funny film. Have you seen it, Andy?
I've never seen anything to do with On the Buses. I'm ashamed to say.
Haven't you?
No, same.
Yeah, same.
I have actually seen this film. I've seen a film that nobody else has seen. But yeah, seen all three. They're fun. They're like the old sort of 70s style comedies. It wouldn't pass these days, but it's a fun trip to the past. David Beach says, what is your worst movie you picked up on Blu-ray or DVD? I can say mine because they stare at me right in the face, and I'm like, I've only paid £1 for you, but it's £1 too much, and that's Zoolander 2. Oh, that is dreadful. That is Son of a Mars. Oh, fuck.
I'll probably say the Slumber Party Massacre, the remake, the new one.
Yeah.
From what I can think of at the top of my head right now, that'd be it. Like, I'm sure there's plenty others, but to be put on the spot like that, I'm like,
I think I've got quite a few in there. I think another one there is, what is it? Ghostbusters 2016. Unfortunately, that's still in her collection.
I still haven't seen that.
Don't.
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch it.
No. Stick to the first two in Afterlife. That's all you need.
Yeah.
What about you, Mike?
The one that comes to the top of my head is the Rob Zombie's Halloween 2.
Yeah, I've heard that's quite a brutal watch.
Yeah.
House of Corpses is the best Rob Zombie film, to be fair.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Bumpers Movie says, what's your favourite zombie movie?
I'd go with either Day of the Dead, the George Romero one, or Train to Busan.
Yeah. Matt?
Where do you start? Dawn of the Dead, the one in the mall. Zombieland.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's quite a few really.
Andy?
Yeah, probably the couple that spring out to me, probably Return of the Living Dead. That's a lot of fun. Dawn of the Dead and Day of the Dead are superb. Maybe does probably Night of the Creeps count? Because it has like a sort of zombie vibe to it. But yeah.
For me, I'll probably say Train to Busan. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Such a brilliant zombie film, and it's got like a lot of depth to it, and there was like a quite emotional punch to it nearing the end, I must admit. I also, let's just say, like the first half of World War Z is quite good. I really enjoyed that film.
Has anyone seen the new series yet? All of Us Are Dead.
No.
A Korean zombie.
It looks good.
It does look good.
Yeah,
it does look good. I haven't got around to it yet, obviously, because I've been watching say Bel Air. I've been watching that Bel Air as well, which is really good. Which is it's more of a drama. It's a remake of The Fresh Prince, but it's more dramatized, bit more deeper. So it's good. It's worth a watch.
Oh, that's good to hear. When they announced that they were doing a remake of it, like it's a drama, I was like, really? Wow.
Yeah,
But I'm
it's good. It's good.
glad to hear it's worked out. Bumpers says, Possessor is a quality. Andre Risborough is fast becoming one of my favourite actors. I'm absolutely butchering these names. Edward says, who's seen the Batman movie on Friday? I think Matt is, Andy is. Mike's going to see it next week.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I don't know why, but I'm just not as hyped for this movie as everyone else is. I'm not really too sure why. I do want to see it, but I'm not really in a rush to see it. I'll probably wait until
you're keeping your expectations in check, shall we say?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
I've got to wait until my cinemas in this back and beyond town where I live actually show it. So.
Oh, I can't believe you got to wait that long, dude.
Yeah, I'm going to try see if I can travel somewhere at the weekend to go and see it. We need to go to a Tesco 30 miles away, and oh look, there's a cinema next door to it. Oh, it's showing the Batman. Let's just pop in.
Just beg your mum. Just beg mum. Just be like, Mum, if I buy the tickets, take me. I'll put petrol in it. I'll buy the tickets. Does your mum like Batman though? Into movies?
Yeah. But it's my dad who drives. But I can drive, so I can take the car.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, so I've got to take the car and go see Batman, but yeah. Jill says, Pam and Tommy is so darn funny. Mm-hmm. It's an experience, let's just say.
Yeah.
Soph says, me and Jason are booked up for the 11 a.m. on Friday. Cool. Marvel fan says, I hope there's a UK release for Beavis and Butthead Do America. I only have the DVD release in the UK. Yeah, because I think they're doing the Blu-ray, but it's American only at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah.
Edward says, what's your favourite Guy Pearce film?
I've got to Google this. Hold on. I need to
refresh. I like Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. I think that's a good movie.
He's in Iron Man 3, isn't he?
Oh, God.
But we don't talk about that film.
I've not seen that many films with him, but the one that comes to mind is I've forgotten the name of it. LA Confidential.
Yeah. And so you got Prometheus. Lawless is great.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? The only film I really remember him from is, unfortunately, Iron Man 3, but he's been in a lot of other good stuff. We've got Harry saying it's in Belfast, where Batman's a 15A, so if you're accompanied by an adult, you can go and see it. Wow. We've got David saying, anyone looking forward to the new Elvis film?
Yeah. The trailer looks phenomenal.
Yeah, Andy?
Yeah, I watched the trailer the other week, and yeah, it looks great.
Mike?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm like looking forward to it, like I'm dying to see it, but it does look really good.
I really like biopics, like especially from like the American legends, like like Walk the Line with Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah. Oh, great film.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to this one.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be good. Tom Hanks in it, so that's quality there. Still a bit unsure about the guy who plays Elvis. I kind of thought he looked a bit like he should be on the set of Grease, but I'm willing to give it a go. I'm looking forward to it. I like Elvis, so I think it comes out in June or July, don't it?
I think so.
Dr. Impossible says, I see Warner Archives in the US are re-releasing 2 early Kevin Costner films called Fandango and The American Flyers. Just wondered if these will come to the H&V premiums. Fandango is a great film. It probably will do because all the archive films are premiums in this country. Have you seen the 2 films, Andy?
No, heard of him, but I've not seen him.
Yeah. Mike?
No, I've heard of them, and yeah, I can imagine them coming on to the premium range.
Yeah, because we're getting 2 next week. We're getting Mr. Nice Guy with Jackie Chan and Running on Empty.
Love that
they're
film.
coming out now. Yeah, they're coming out next week.
Yeah.
You seen them 2 films, Matt?
No, I haven't. No.
DVD from Film Bloke says, do you think pink flamingos would be less disturbing if Divine ate cat shit?
No, it would be more disturbing because cat shit smells worse than dog shit.
Yeah. Try and clear up cat litter. Oh, yeah, try. Oh. DVD from Film Bloke says, I mean, on Valentine's Day, Poundland often sells sex toys. This is what this stream's become now. I've just got this mental image of someone walking through Sainsbury's with a trolley full of dildos. I can imagine there's quite a few people that probably do that.
I'd hate to be that person with the trolley and they get to the self-service and then they have to call for help.
Yeah.
I've only come in for milk or bread.
Phil, just to see their reactions. You know, you've got dildo, you've got rope, lube. Yeah, you just want to see their reaction.
Jill says, are you talking about the kitchen scene in The Nightingale? I adore the film.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. DVD and Film Bloke says, Unearthed Films, known for the classic Where the Dead Go to Die. I've never seen it and don't want to. The reviews were unearthed. Have you seen it, Andy?
Nope. Heard of it, but not seen it.
Not seen it, Mike? Not seen it, Matt?
No, not seen that, no.
Salo is another one. Never seen that.
No.
Yeah.
Dr. Impossible says, who would have thought that the mighty dildo would ultimately replace physical media? Dildo. Oh, Jesus, yes.
Like, that isn't one way to tell us movie fans to go fuck ourselves, then I don't know what is.
Yeah. They see more value in stocking dildos than they do stocking the latest big film, which baffles me.
It's like it in America as well. I watch all the American guys, and they're going into places like Target and Best Buy, and their physical media are definitely reclining big time. I mean, I'm good friends with Durant, so you know, he sees my videos of HMV, and he can't believe the amount of physical media that we have compared to what they've got, and they're America, for fuck's sake, like. You know, and it's sad that what physical media is coming down to.
Yeah, you'd assume in America there'd be plenty of shops, but yeah. I've noticed some videos I've seen like the sizes of like the aisles are really small now.
Yeah.
DVD from Film Bloke says, I think Music is probably the most messed up film I've seen. I have got no idea what goes through Sia's head.
I've not seen it, but I heard that was terrible.
Yeah, I've heard it's pretty awful.
And stuff like that, you know, it's what goes through their head to think, do you know what? We're going to make a movie.
Jill says, worst film ever. Think it's called 12 Days of Solemn or The Second Human Centipede.
Yeah.
DVD from Film Bloke says, Sainsbury's got a new promotion, get a free copy of 50 Shades of Grey with every 12-inch Mambo.
Oh,
Valentine's special next year.
Marvel fan says sorry, I meant Old Boy. Yeah,
okay.
yeah. You seen it, Andy?
Yeah. Pretty good.
Mike seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, and you, Matt?
Yeah, got the Blu-ray. Yeah.
Yeah, great film. Bumpers movie says, Sallow, 12 Days of Sodom, another movie where people eat shit. Wow.
Same
I
with
never
that.
thought I'd be come on here thinking that we'll be talking about movies where people eat shit. Wow.
American Pie: The Wedding.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just thinking that. Yeah.
Yeah. Neil says, I've got a 007 logo tattooed on my arm.
Awesome.
Cool.
I love James Bond.
Yeah. What's your favourite James Bond film, man?
Oh my god, that's like, jeez, that's like putting me on the spot. My all time, I would have to say the one I grew up with personally was Tomorrow Never Dies. That was one of my all-time favourites growing up. But as I got older, I think Casino Royale. I think that's a chef's kiss. I think that's amazing. I even really liked No Time to Die. I thought that was phenomenal. I was a bit like, I'm not going to go to, because I don't know who in the chat's seen it or not seen it. But I'm not going to go into spoiler territory. But I didn't think they were going to go that route with the ending. But I thought it was a good way to send him off. But it's yeah, I thought that the what's his name who plays the baddie? It comes to me in a minute.
Rami Malek.
Rami Malek. I thought his presence was a bit underwhelming, but I still had a good time with the film. It was definitely better than Spectre.
I agree. Yeah, I think the biggest problem with No Time to Die was just Rami Malek, and the film was a little bit too long.
Yeah.
Do you have any movie-related tattoos then, Matt?
No, I'm going to be getting a movie-related tattoo. I'm going to be getting Michael Myers on my other hand.
That's cool.
But I'm really into my pro wrestling as well. So I've got Bray Wyatt on my hand here. And I'm going to be getting one here. I'm going to be covered soon. So, but I will be getting some movie-related stuff, definitely. Definitely going to get Michael Myers on my hand. So,
that sounds awesome. Jules says Last House on the Left is one of my favourite films. Both of them.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a brutal film.
Yeah.
It's the rape scene, I think, that's quite shocking in that film.
Yeah.
Dodge Impossible says my wife's friend will be happy. No more looking around the veg section in Sainsbury's and Tesco.
No, replacing veg with vag.
We have the last gamer on the left saying that both necromantic films are pretty messed up.
Yeah, I won't watch them because I've heard there's like a lot of animal cruelty in those films.
Yeah,
that's something I can't really get on board with.
Yeah,
can't do animal cruelty.
No.
Don't get me wrong. I can watch humans get fucked up in the most worst possible ways.
Yeah.
But you upset a dog, or I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah, same here.
Same.
Yeah. Marvel fan says, why was Rob Zombie's Halloween movies hard to watch?
Well, it's not hard to watch in like a disturbing sense. I just don't really think they're very good movies. That's all I can say.
I don't like the hillbilly tone in the movies, because it doesn't it's just like the opening of Halloween. The Rob Zombie was like, "Y'all eat shit, motherfucker," and it's just like, no, this was not like Halloween. Like it's just it's I don't know.
Yeah, even like Laurie Strode, like her character, she's just a dick in those films, and that's not how she's meant to be in like the original one. I just think a lot of characters in Rob Zombie movies, they're always really unlikable, really
Yeah.
like unpleasant people.
His best movie was House of Thousand Corpses.
Yeah.
Mm.
I like
So
the
I've
one
seen that
after
one.
it. Yeah.
I've seen the Thousand
Yeah.
Corpses.
That one's okay as well, yeah. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the monsters though.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
Another tough movie to watch. Hold on, just grab it right here. Revenge.
Oh, heard about that.
I heard about it, yeah.
It's a beautiful film. It's another awesome release by Second Sight.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's a nice box set, definitely.
Yeah.
Koroshi Ichi just says, what did I miss about dildos? Bumpus Movie says, Casino, Goodfellas, The Departed, or The Irishman.
I'm going to say either Casino or The Departed. Controversial opinion, I'd probably say Goodfellas is my least favorite of the four. But all four of them are great movies.
You're not going to have a bad time with all of them. They're all fairly good movies. And The Irishman, I think, is my least favorite.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that. I think The Irishman was a bit too long in the tooth, as good as it was.
It's like a 4-hour movie.
Yeah, because as well, it's the most recent. It's probably the one I've seen the least as well. Like,
yeah,
Casino is fucking great. Like that scene in the field with the baseball bats is fucking brutal. Like that's really, really uncomfortable. Same with like the. I remember watching Goodfellas for the first time, and the opening to that movie terrified me. Yeah. And The Departed is fucking great. I mean, that one Best Picture. The cast in that movie is phenomenal. The ending is just paced beautifully. I couldn't use. They're all good.
Joe Pesci is just amazing.
Yeah.
You wanna go after this? You wanna go on YouTube and type in Casino Joe Pesci fuck count. It counts how many times Joe Pesci fuck. It's hilarious.
Yeah. I'll probably say Casino because that's the only one I've seen. I've seen that years ago, but I've got Goodfellas and The Departed, so I'm going to have to give them a watch. And I haven't seen The Irishman. The last game on the left says because Rob Zombie Halloween's movies were terrible.
Yeah.
Bumpus Movie says Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 is good, but you have to watch the theatrical cut. Everyone's opinions is based on the director's cut as it didn't get a cinema release in the UK. The TC is so much better. Theatrical.
The only thing good about Halloween 2 was the hospital scene where Michael Myers is in the hospital, which is fucking up everybody. That's pretty much the best thing about Halloween 2.
I like that scene, but I don't like how it ends. It just frustrates me, and that's why I didn't like the movie. I think I couldn't get on board with the rest of the movie when I saw how that scene ended. But up until that point, I do quite like that scene.
Yeah.
Yep. Dr. Impossible says, back and beyond, Pete. I'm near Bodmin Moor, €2. It's about 20 miles away. We're still using horse and cart down here. Actually, we have got a few horse and carts where we live, to be fair.
Do you know what? Mental, because I live in Truro.
Wow.
So, yeah, that's crazy. Whereabouts are you? That's mad. Yeah, I actually live in Truro, which is mad.
Yeah, I thought I remember Dr. Impossible did live around that area because he did say the other week. Bumpus Movie says Memento is the best Guy Pearce film, followed closely by Ravenous.
That's that Ravenous. That's the one about the cannibals, I think. It's got Robert Carlyle in it as well, I think.
Oh wow!
Yeah. Oh yeah.
DVD from Film Bloke says, "I'm hoping the Batman includes shark repellent bat spray."
Do you know what? Do you know what? The more we talk about it, the more excited I am. But I even got the lights behind me to go with the mood. To go, like, let's go, guys! It's gonna be insane.
Yeah.
Joel says, "I think the Batman will blow everyone away." Yeah, I agree. Oh God. Koroshi Ichi says, "Thank God people aren't talking about Cornwall parties."
You mean I don't
Th-
know.
This was a thing a few weeks ago, mixed up between parties and pasties. I haven't really got a clue either, but it seems to have lingered round.
Oh my God.
Sophie saying, what weapon would you choose to use in a zombie apocalypse? That's a cool question.
Ooh.
HMV's final section.
It's gonna have to be something in the house because I've got to be practical about it. If a zombie apocalypse starts, I'm gonna be in my house. So I don't know. I don't know. A hammer. I'm dead.
Yeah, a drill or something.
Drill, yeah.
Yeah.
Lightsaber. I've got a lightsaber.
There we go.
Maybe just like a light, big blade.
Yeah.
Big enough to do some damage, but light enough to get some swinging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a great question, Soph. Yeah. Here we go. Dr. Impossible says, "What, Coro? You mean a Cornish party deep in the wild Cornish bush with a nice barbecue and some tasty sausages?" Josh says, "I may book to see Batman again on Monday." Oh, that'd be cool. I should think Evander will be rebooking to see Batman again like he did with Spider-Man.
Yeah, I'm going on Friday, and then next Tuesday I'm going into my local city to see it in IMAX. So,
that's cool.
Yeah.
Koroshia says, "Thank God people ain't talking about Cornwall parties. Let's keep it that way."
What's wrong with us Cornish people?
I heard you, Coro. Koroshia Ichi says, "In Salu or 120 Days of Sodom, it's not 12 days." Right. Come on, work. David says, "What movies have you picked up from Poundland going back on Blu-ray? What you thought was good value for money? Did you buy a lot of movies going back at Poundland?"
I've never bought a Blu-ray from Poundland. I've sometimes had a look, but I've never found anything that I wanted from them.
Well, what about you, Andy?
I bought that movie that came out a couple of years ago called The Festival.
Oh yeah.
Like the In-Betweeners with Jack.
Yeah. I thought it was all right. I had a good time with it for what it was. Nothing special, but it was funny. Just a couple of cheap laughs.
Yeah,
it was all right. Yeah.
What about you, Matt? Have you bought many from Poundland in the past?
No, nothing. No.
I was that guy who literally just went there every day looking for Poundland titles. I used to go up the shelves, get the shelves. Oh, I'll have that. I'll have that. I'll have that. I used to have a basket full nearly every week.
Yeah, but that's a good way to build your collection. That's a good way.
Oh, definitely. I should think a good quarter to a half of it is full of Poundland titles. A lot of them are still sealed with like their £2 stickers on.
Yeah, good way of building that collection up.
Yeah. We do have a shop called One Below here, and they do them for £1, and you still pick up some pretty good titles there.
Absolutely.
They had Once Upon a Time in Hollywood on Blu-ray for £1. Really good price.
Oh, I love that movie.
It was good. Koroshia Ichi says, "If there's animal cruelty in the 2 necromantic movies, I can't remember it, and I've seen the first one twice. I love the music in those films, though."
Yeah, I heard someone say, I think it's the first one, there's like a scene involving a rabbit or something. I don't really want to say much more than that, but yeah, that's just what I heard.
There's a scene in see, I love the film American Psycho. But there's a scene not well nearer sort of the beginning where he steps on he basically steps in or steps on a dog, and even that upsets me. I'm like, oh, poor dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's that. Speaking of Christian Bale, there's that scene in Equilibrium where they find the boots with all these cars, and all in the boots they're all puppies. And
Yeah,
it's a scene. It's just heartbreaking.
Yeah.
It's rough.
Yeah. Dr. Impossible says, thinking of all this Cornish, did you see Straw Dogs filmed in St. just up? My tongue's gone all weird tonight.
Straw Dog film discussed.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
So that's another film that there's a scene with like where they kill a cat in that film, and I remember that scene kind of pissed me off. But other than that, it's a pretty good movie.
You seen it, Andy?
Yeah, just the 1971 version with Dustin Hoffman. Yeah.
We even had
as well.
Die Another Day. That was filmed down Eden Project, about 10 minutes away from where I live.
Really?
Okay.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah. Do you know in Die Another Day they've got that ice bar?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's in that massive dome. Well, that's the Eden Project.
Oh wow.
So that's cool. Bumper says, yeah, I did mean 120. Film flick, Josh says, Goodfellas is super overrated. I get told off by someone for not loving it.
Well, you're allowed to not like a film, so it's your opinion at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cora Shea says, are you a good person, Matt? What?
Am I a good person? Of course I am. Yes, I am.
We're all good people here.
Yeah.
Marvel fan says, I heard David Tennant, Christopher Eccleston, Matt Capaldi, Matt Smith and Peter Capaldi are rumoured to be in the 60th anniversary. Yeah, I could see it. Probably not Christopher Eccleston, as he doesn't really tend to go back into Doctor Who, does he?
No.
Yeah. But anything could be a big improvement of what we've got at the moment. He says, Matt Smith and Peter Capaldi. Jill says, Revenge is awesome film, but very brutal. I've heard it's quite good. Is it a French film?
Yeah.
I think it is, yeah.
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 Yeah, but it's really, really good.
Yeah. I'll have to have a look at that. Marvel fans are sorry about the previous post. No worries, mate. Surf says, I always think of Poldark when it comes to Cornwall.
Yeah, that was filmed not too far from me neither.
Ooh.
There was also filming the prequel to Game of Thrones down here as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Don't they film Doc Martin down there at Cornwall as well?
Yeah. Martin Clunes, I've seen him a few times.
Oh, that's cool. It's such a lovely place down at Cornwall.
Yeah, it's really nice.
DVD from Boombook says, I would use an ass-kicking priest who looks like Father Ted to deal with the zombie apocalypse. Failing that, lawnmower.
How could I forget that movie? How could I forget Brain Dead?
Yeah. Oh. I've only ever seen the lawnmower scene, but fuck, that's good.
Yeah, great movie.
Marvel fan says, what is your opinions on both the Raid movies? First time I seen the first movie was in 2014 on Film 4. I really enjoyed it, but during the ads they were advertising the Raid 2 on DVD and Blu-ray at H&V.
Brilliant movies.
A lot of fun. Yeah.
Some of the best action movies we've had in recent times, the Raid movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Top notch.
Yeah. The Raid 1 and Dread are very similar, but they're a lot of fun.
Yeah.
He also says, I'm surprised they never made a third movie.
Yeah.
Bumpers says the Raid 2 is sick. It's a sprawling gangster movie. Runs for 2.5 hours. Way more meat on the bones compared to the first film. Yeah, the second one's really long.
Yeah.
I remember I picked up the 2-film box set online for like £4. That's a really good price.
Yeah, that's a deal.
We've got the Retro Girls here. All right, lads. Hope you're okay. Hey, Lisa. Hope you're well. Koroshia says, "Oh yes, the rabbit having his throat cut scarred me badly." Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh. Marvel fan says the Raid movies need a 4K release and new updated steelbooks. Sounds cool. Doctor Impossible says, "Could not watch Irreversible, the French psychological thriller. I even sent the DVD back to MCV where they had a store in Penzance." Wow.
Yeah, it's not for everyone, that movie.
Yeah.
Isn't it on the Indicator label?
Yeah, that's the one I've got. Yeah, it's a really nice box set.
Yeah. I watched that movie back to back with Eden Lake.
Oh God.
Yeah.
So Eden Lake, that's a pretty hard watch as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Neil says, "Any of you seen the music videos from the band Ice Nine Kills? If you are a horror fan, you should check out the band's videos on YouTube."
I love Ice Nine Kills. Yep.
Ooh.
I'm a huge metalhead anyway, so like I love my metal music, and yeah, I love Ice Nine Kills. I love my horror, so metal and horror combined, I'm like, give me more of that, please. Thank you very much.
Check online. DVD Film Bloke says they need to resurrect William Hartnell, Patrick Troughton, and John Pertwee for the 60th anniversary. Thanks for the confidence, says Cora. DVD and Film Bloke says, or maybe another Five Doctors reboot. Yeah, that'd be quite cool. DVD and Film Bloke says, I always have a craving for custard after watching Brain Dead.
I fucking don't. Oh, Jesus. No.
David's got a good question. Why did you start your channel on YouTube? You all have amazing videos to watch. Keep up the amazing work. Do you want to go first, Andy?
Sure. It's something I've always wanted to do for a while. Because I've seen there's people I've watched, like there's a guy in America I watched called Andy Canode who does a lot of videos of Batman the Animated Series, and he really was a big inspiration to me. Big channel from Canada called The Review Spot. And yeah, I was just like, I kind of wish I could pull the trigger on doing it. And eventually I did start to do it last year, and my only regret is I didn't start it sooner. And I've met some fantastic people through YouTube. Yeah, it's been great.
Yeah. What about you, Mike?
Pretty much the same as what Andy said, really. Yeah, I mean, I just used to watch other people doing it on YouTube, and I think it was when JT started his channel. That's when I started to seriously consider doing it. Well, I never got round to it, and then Andy started his, and then again I started to consider doing it, and yeah, eventually I just did it, and yeah, I'm really glad I did, because it's a lot of fun, and I've met some great people, and yeah, it's just great.
Yeah. What about you, Matt? What made you start to do like Instagram and all like YouTube stuff?
You guys. No, first lockdown, and I was watching like, you know, a lot of the American guys, you guys, Big Paulie, you know, all the sort of blue tubers, And you know, I've always been into my physical media, so I sort of dedicated an Instagram for it and stuff like that. I'm still sort of, I am going to be doing a YouTube. I'm just waiting to sort my office. This is my office, but I need to sort it out. I need to get a desk and a chair and a computer, and then I'm going to be starting editing videos on a computer and then putting them on YouTube. And so yeah, I'm going to be eventually having a channel. So
Oh, that'd be great.
yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah, that'd be good. For me, I started a few years ago. This channel just used to be all about games, and I thought, you know what? After watching like some of the Blue Tubers, I thought, you know what? Let's just try and do the video, leave some of the video game stuff behind and do some about films. And honestly, never looked back. Made some amazing people, met great friends like you guys, and yeah, wouldn't change it.
You do meet some great people through the community, don't you? I mean, I'm like, you know, I'm quite good friends with. Do you know Ken from Mid Level? Do you know Mid Level Media?
No,
No.
no.
No, he's a really good blue tuber. He's from the States. He's a really, really good guy. Movies and Sue, she's nice.
Yeah.
You know, Slayer, he's an awesome guy.
Mm.
You were supposed to, didn't you meet Slayer? Pete.
Oh, what? Yeah, I was going to, but unfortunately, the weather was quite
Yeah.
bad. It was when we were going to have that storm, but we're hoping to meet again probably in a couple of months' time.
Awesome.
Yeah, because I don't live too far away from him, but it's like times when he's off at work and that. But
Yeah.
we're all hoping to meet up sometime together in the summer, all of us in our little group, aren't we, Andy?
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Marvel fan says, has any of you got Rocco's Modern Life season 1 to 4 on DVD? It's rated 12.
Yes, I do have it, but I think mine's a region 1, so it doesn't have the rating on.
Am I thinking this is a kid's show?
Yeah, I'll see if I can find it. Hang on.
I think I know what it is. Have you seen it,
That's okay.
Mike?
No, I never watched it.
That's it.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's the one. I thought
Yeah.
it was. Yeah, I have seen it before. I didn't know it had a physical release.
Yeah.
Yeah, you like the show,
Fun little
Andy?
show. Yeah, I quite like it.
Seen it, Matt?
No, I never seen it. No. Is it an anime? Is it?
Yeah, it's like a little animated series. Yeah.
Jules says, got to see Pink Flamingos now. Thanks, Andy, I think.
You won't be thanking me. You'll be coming after me with torches and pitchforks.
I must admit, after hearing about it, I'm kind of intrigued, but I don't really want to watch it. But I'm like, oh, shall I try?
I'm just if you enter at your own risk. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
If you do watch it,
Viewers' discretion advised.
yeah, you've been warned.
Bumpers Movie says the indicated release of Irreversible has a cut that plays in the normal way rather than the backwards way. It's a strange way that the film has.
Yeah, it doesn't work as well watching it chronologically. It doesn't have quite the same effect.
Oh, right. Dr. Impossible says the bunny boiler scene in Fatal Attraction. I do like rabbits, though.
Yeah, that's a rough, horrible scene.
Bumpers Movie says favourite Saw trap. Never seen the Saw film, so I'm stepping away here.
I'm gonna have to go with the angel one in Saw 3, where she's got this device on her ribs, and the key to this device is in a glass of acid. So she's got to try and dip her hand and get the key out, and basically, her hand is rotting away from this acid, and then the trap goes off, and then basically her ribs just come apart, and she's just hanging there like an angel. Yeah, it's fucked up, but it's really cool, man.
What about you, Andy?
I probably like the one from the first movie where it's very simple. It's just the hand his legs cuffed to the radiator, and he's got to cut through his leg. I just think that's so iconic. I know they get a hell of a lot more creative as they go along. But yeah, that's probably just the one that I probably like stick to the most because I just like the simplicity of it.
Yeah. Mike?
I think favorite is a funny word to use because all of the traps are just like so disturbing and horrible. But the one that comes to mind that I thought was just absolutely horrible was the one, I think it's in Saw 3 as well, with the guy where he's got each of his limbs are like attached to this. He's got all of his limbs like sort of in these like tubes, and each one of them turns his limbs like like backwards, and it's just a horrible way to die. And yeah, and then eventually it like turns his head the other way around, and
oh, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Pete, you got to start the Saw franchise, man.
Yeah, it's a series I'm trying to get into. I probably will get a box set because you can get a box set of it pretty cheaply. I think about 30 quid on Blu-ray. So yeah, definitely will. It's on the watch list. Huge watch list though.
Yeah.
Marvel fan says if I want to sell my copy of Rocko's Modern Life series 1 to 4, I would get £5 in cash or £11 in vouchers, but to buy it off them is 22. That's from CX, I assume. Yeah. I think they're doing a new Saw film, aren't they, next year?
They're in talks of doing a backstory, for Jigsaw, but I quite like Spiral. I thought that was quite good. Quite Spiral. That was...
Yeah.
Did you see Spiral?
No, I've not seen Spiral yet. I haven't even seen the one before it. Was that one was just called Jigsaw, wasn't it?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, the last one I saw was the final chapter one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they'll just continue doing the franchise years and years into the future. Even with Halloween, even though it ends this year, it will still continue.
Yeah. That's it.
Jill says, watched The Cannibal Man last night. Saw 10 minutes, made me sick.
Sounds like my cup of tea.
DVD and Film Bloke says, it was a Nickelodeon's tune from the 90s. I used to watch it on YouTube and the repeats when I was like 11 or something. It was before my time. Yeah, I can remember it. I knew what it was, but I just needed the refresh.
Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like in the peak of, when like Rugrats was at its peak, and other stuff like Real Monsters and Angry Beavers. It was all,
Drake and Josh.
Yeah, Keenan and Kel.
Keenan and Kel, yeah.
Oh, Keenan and Kel's good. Yeah, like the 90s were great for like kids shows.
Talking to Keenan, Good Burger on Netflix. That's quite good.
Yeah,
I've got the movie. I've got it on DVD somewhere.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, that movie.
Marvel fan says seasons 1 to 3 is rated PG, but 4th season's rated 12. But confused why it's rated 12. Don't know.
No, I'm not sure.
Josh says Spiral was horrendous. They tried too much to make it like 7 and it backfired miserably.
Yeah. Talking about 7, you guys have seen 7, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Saying this Batman is very much like 7. So,
yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. I'd be interested in.
Yeah.
Not too long to wait though to the Batman, only a day and a bit.
I've already got a hope for
it. Oh, I bet there's people in a tent outside the cinema waiting for the film.
Yeah,
probably people pitching a tent for it.
Yeah.
It reminds me of that episode of The Big Bang Theory when Sheldon is queuing in the spot for the Raiders.
Yeah. Neil says the aftermath of the death in the Hannibal TV series was some good practical effects. Yeah. I think I know what you mean. I've only seen about half of series 3.
Yeah.
I've not finished it all yet, but
I'm currently rewatching it at the moment, Hannibal, the TV series, and it's got some really good like effects, like some really creative ways that people die in that show.
It's very brutal, and it's not a
Yeah.
show we should watch whilst eating, which unfortunately I've
No.
made the mistake a couple of times.
Yeah.
But Mads Mikkelsen is fantastic in that.
Yeah.
And Lawrence Fishburne as well, isn't it?
Yeah, he's good. Yeah.
Yeah, he's great in that.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I think they're supposed to be doing a 4th series. There's rumours going about that they've greenlit a 4th season.
Yeah, they've been talking a while about that, haven't they? Because I think it got cancelled when I think they were on a bit of a roll. I don't think they quite finished it, but yeah, who knows?
Here's hoping. South Grease. Bumpers says, "Are You Afraid of the Dark?" was a great Nickelodeon show.
That had some terrifying episodes. Like some episodes
Mm.
in that show scared the hell out of me.
It's the same
Yeah,
with the earlier Goosebumps stuff. Was
Yeah.
I mean, there was, what was it, Slappy the doll?
Yeah.
That thing fucking mortifying.
Yeah.
Like, me growing up, like that put the shits in me big time. Like, and I think that's where I get my love from horror, from when I used to come home from school and watch Goosebumps. I just love Goosebumps. And then, but you know, I watch it now and it still holds up. Quite Slappy is fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
But then you watch the movies, it just doesn't. There's nothing quite scary about it like there was back in the day. I just think it's gone a bit like, yeah.
they've watered it down, shall
Oh.
we say.
100%. But yeah, that thing terrifying.
Yeah, I can remember used to come home from school and there was something called Grizzly Tale for Gruesome Kids. That was pretty good as well.
Awesome.
I remember
Dr.
that.
Impossible says, "Do any of you have any Ozploitation films like Chain Reaction, The Man from Hong Kong, Attack Force C? I do love those sort of films from Australia."
I haven't heard of any of these.
No.
I know the Man from Hong Kong's meant to have George Lazenby in it.
Oh, right, okay.
And yeah,
Wow.
so I've kind of wanted to watch that just because always kind of been interested in him, obviously, because he just did that one James Bond film and always kind of want to see what else he's done.
Oh, that's quite interesting.
Do you know why he only did one Bond film though?
Yeah, well, there's a lot of different
Stories, yeah.
stories, isn't there? Yeah.
I
heard he got told that I heard that his agent told him that James Bond would be archaic in the 70s and that he should just quit. And I think he took his advice. And
Yeah, he basically, I can't remember which movie it was, but a movie came out at the time that was very hippie orientated.
I think it was Easy Rider.
Easy Rider, that was
Yeah.
it. One at the time, they were growing their hair out, they were growing beards because they were inspired by this movie. Everyone was smoking weed, everyone was chill, everyone was against violence and against war. And at the premiere, if you Google On Her Majesty's Secret Service premiere, he's there in a kilt. He's got his hair really long. He's got a beard, and he was advised, "Do not come to the premiere with long hair or a beard. You're Bond. You're supposed to look like Bond."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Nah, this is it now, man. Like this is what I'm doing now." And obviously that era phased out, and he was kicking himself. There's a documentary called Everything or Nothing. It's a James Bond documentary. It comes with the Bond set on Blu-ray. Watch it, man. He goes into detail how much he about the premiere and about Easy Rider and about how he regrets not being Bond for the other duration of the film. So yeah, it's really worth watching.
Yeah, I think to be fair to him, like it's easy to say now that he regrets it, but at that time, no one had any idea that Bond was going to go on and be this huge thing because up until that point, there'd only been one actor who'd play Bond, and how was anyone going to know that the character would be successful with other actors playing him? So I do kind of have some sympathy for him because how was he to know that he was going to miss out on something so big as Bond?
Absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely. Because Bond come from the it all started from the Cold War, so it was all very much how it is now. And then obviously the 70s came around, and it was all very free love and peace, and they didn't think it would last. But
Yeah.
you know, Roger Moore came in, and well, no, sorry, actually, Sean Connery came in for Diamonds Are Forever, and then Roger Moore came in. Yeah.
Mm.
Sorry about that little
Jules... No, it's all right.
No, that's
it's
awesome.
all right. Yeah, I like James Bond. I've been trying to get that Everything or Nothing on DVD because I don't think it did get a Blu-ray release, did it?
No.
No.
But it does come in a Bond set on Blu-ray.
Oh, cool.
The special features.
Oh, that's not too bad. I've got them all separately, so I've got like 20 odd films all separately in the case, so they take up hordes of space. Jill says, I love most films that gross people. I'm an odd person. DVD for Film Bloke says, I prefer the sequel 8. Sorry, obvious joke. Movie fan says, what was the Darkest Kids episode from a TV show you guys remember? Ooh.
Do you know what? I'm going to go back to Slappy. That thing fucked me up.
Ooh.
I will say the Laughing Fish episode from Batman the Animated Series.
Yeah.
I remember that creeped me out as a kid.
Big time. That was terrifying. That I remember that.
Yeah.
When the people sort of react to like the chemical Joker sprayed them with, it's terrifying.
Yeah.
Like it's I wasn't expecting it as a kid. Like even as an adult, it's still horrifying.
Yeah.
It's the same on Batman 89 when he's got the gas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dying left, right, and centre. That was a bit messed up for me as a kid.
Yeah. Stuff like this wouldn't happen now.
No, that's it. You can't defend the cancel culture.
No. Bumper says, I love the kill in Hannibal where he turns the guy into a stringed instrument.
Yeah, that one's pretty horrific.
Oh, yeah. There's some, especially, well, I can't say, but a certain character. Yeah. He's certainly half the man he used to be, let's just say.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Josh says, I used to watch Gruesome Tales for Grizzly Kids when I was young. Yeah. Oh, the haunting theme song when it used to play. Jeez. Marvel fan says, sorry, my dyslexia is kicking in. Sorry if I don't make any sense. Oh, you're all right, mate. Don't worry about it.
No, you ain't got to apologise for dyslexia, man.
We've got Gary North here. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Gary.
Hi, Gary.
Sup?
Marvel fan says, what was the darkest episode from Kids TV? I think we talked about this. There's a lot, to be fair.
Yeah, there's loads.
Lisa says, who remembers Chucklevision? I managed to snag Series 2 from CX350 Classic Show. Loved it.
Yeah. When I was a kid, I always thought Chucklevision was what work experience was going to be like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just these two blokes doing all these odd jobs.
Yeah.
Badly. Yeah.
Oh, how many years did that last? It must have lasted for about 20 years.
Yeah, it was a long time. Yeah.
It was just like every year there was always a new series because it was not just them two, but the one who played Count and Smythe, that was their brother and all, weren't it?
Yeah, there's three brothers, weren't there? Like one was like the villain. Yeah.
It's only Paul left now, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah. DVD Film Bloke says, yeah, Grizzly Tales for Gruesome Kids was great. Yeah, it started off in like a cinema and it was all like a stop motion stuff, wasn't it? And then it went to animation to tell the stories.
Yeah.
Do you know what is fucking terrifying? The Polar Express. The kids are terrifying in that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a Christmas movie or a horror movie. It's straight up batshit.
Yeah, I get that. When I first saw the trailer, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
The obvious one that got me when I was a kid was Judge Doom in Who Framed Roger Rabbit. At the end,
Yeah.
scared the shit out of me.
Mm. Yeah. And when I was a kid, the end of the Raiders of the Lost Ark, that bit there.
Oh, yeah.
DVD and Film Book says, I have no idea if that kid in the intro has good taste for movies. I guess all those bugs he ate would be worth it. Yeah. Bumper says, favourite 80s coming of age movie.
Whew, that's
Last
a
American
question.
Virgin.
Yeah, I would agree.
Coming of age. What were your pick? What did you pick?
Last American Virgin.
Last American Virgin. 80s coming of age movie. Shit. I've got Stand By Me in my head, but I know that's not the 80s. That's that's like 70s, I think.
Yeah, it's an 80s movie.
It's 80s.
It is an 80s film,
Yeah, Stand By Me, yeah.
Yeah. Ferris Bueller, could you count that?
Yeah. John Hughes fucking made a career out of making movies about coming of age.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Still need to see The Breakfast Club.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Yeah, I did get 16 Candles the other week, and I've got Pretty in Pink to still watch, so there too, I'm looking forward to watching soon. What about you, Mike?
I'd probably say Stand By Me. Lucas is a good one as well.
Yeah, Lucas was great, yeah.
DVD and Film Book says, speaking of George Lazenby, I watched the Kentucky Fried Movie, which was a great spoof movie.
Yeah, that's from the guys who did like Naked Gun, I think, and Airplane.
Still need to see Kentucky Fried Movie.
Never heard of it. Martha Fan says, I do remember that show, but after Barry Chuckle's death, BBC iPlayer had the whole series removed. Really? Wow. That's a shame. They'll probably put it on BritBox. DVD, Doctor Impossible, should I say. Some of the tales from the Crypt TV series episodes are rather heavy. Used to love watching those, and they even did the final series exclusively in the UK. Warner released a great R1 box set a while back.
You can find Shudder on Amazon.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I think Arnold Schwarzenegger directed a couple of episodes of that.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Get down.
What's your favourite? Put the toys on the carpet.
That's my favourite quote. Toys back to the carpet. Yeah, I can't do it, but I just love that quote.
Yeah.
It's just the way he says carpet. I don't know why. It makes me chuckle.
The Kindergarten Cop.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Rest in peace, Harold.
Yeah. Neil says, I think that On Her Majesty's Secret Service is an underrated Bond film, and that Casino Royale is inspired by that film.
Yeah, it's up there with one of the best for me, On Her Majesty's Secret Service.
Yeah, I agree. It's so good. Diana Rigg's great in it, and Telly Savalas.
I think he meant No Time to Die.
Yeah, No Time to Die has so many throwbacks to On Her Majesty's Secret Service.
Yeah.
I went to see it in IMAX, and I think I was the only one in the cinema that got the references, because obviously there was the John Barry is the composer on Her Majesty's Secret Service, and they did his instrumental to On Her Majesty's Secret Service. So we have all the time in the world. As the Aston Martin was going through like the little village, it was, oh my god, it got me so emotional. And then at the end, when he said "You have all the time in the world," I was bawling like a baby. I was like, "Oh my god, that's On Her Majesty's Secret Service!" I was going mad.
It was playing the opening theme song and part of the movie as well. I think when he met up with Ray Fiennes' character, you could tell it was definitely heavily inspired by it. Casino Royale, I don't know. I think he does mean No Time to Die.
Yeah. For me, on Her Majesty's Secret Service, that's the one Bond film that I think has the best ending. It's so impactful.
Oh,
It's so great the way that movie
heartbreaking.
ends.
Yeah.
Tracy gets shot down, didn't she?
Yeah.
Mm.
I love that bit in License to Kill as well, where he's at Felix's wedding, and Felix's wife throws him like the corset or whatever it is, and he's like, no, it's not for me. And she turns to Felix and she says, was it something I said? And he was like, he was married once a long time ago.
Yeah.
I'll just get you in the feels. Like, yeah.
License to Kill is so underrated.
It's my favourite Bond film.
Yeah.
My favourite too.
It's one of the best. I
And
think.
it's the first Bond film that was rated 18.
Yeah. It's quite a brutal Bond film.
Yeah.
What was that? For Your Eyes Only, the opening of that obviously had calls on Her Majesty's Secret Service as well.
Yep.
David says, what is your best box set on Blu-ray that you own?
Oh, the one
They're all downstairs, so I don't know.
Probably the James Bond one.
Ooh.
Battle Royale.
Ooh, nice box set.
Is that the 4K one?
That's the 4K, yeah.
Yeah, I've got that one as well. Yeah.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
You spend all your movies are downstairs.
Yeah.
You should for your YouTube videos or your lives and that, you should have like a background of all your movies behind you, a bit like
Yeah, I should do. Yeah, I'm currently sitting in bed, very professional. so after the stream, I can go straight to bed.
Ideal.
Yeah. Also, the TV's downstairs, so all you'd hear is the TV downstairs where all the films are. So that's why I'm up there. So yeah. So what's one of yours, Mike?
Maybe the Phantasm box set, the Arrow one that's got the sphere in it. I do quite like that one.
Oh, that's a good box set.
Yeah, that's the one.
Ooh.
Yeah. I love that box
that's
set.
nice. Yeah. That's a lovely set.
Yeah, I love those films as well. Like, I love all 5 of them.
I've only seen the first one, but I did enjoy it. That was good.
Yeah.
For me, top of my head, either the Star Wars one that they released in 2011, but I got the French copy because it was like super cheap, or the Dirty Harry box set.
Yeah.
David also saying the same question again. We did answer that. Gary says, my favourite film in the Hannibal Lecter series is the original one, Manhunter.
Yeah, it's a great film. Does that have a Blu-ray release?
Yeah. I've got it on Blu-ray. Yeah.
I need to upgrade that because that movie's fucking great.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll have to check that one out. I did get the box set the other week with is it Red Dragon, Hannibal, is it? And yeah, I've seen Silence of the Lambs years ago, but I haven't seen the other two.
Yeah.
DVD Even Filmblock says, time for an out of the blue comment, but I can watch many horror films with no effect, and yet when I was younger, I thought Rosie and Jim were fucking terrifying.
Yeah. Same for Slappy, man.
Yeah.
Anything doll related is does me in big time.
Yeah.
Yeah. DVD Filmblock says, Chucklevision was great. The only thing on CBBC I ever watched. Dr. Impossible says, The Spy Who Loved Me was the Bond film that I first saw as a kid. Great main theme and Roger Moore's darkest moment in the Bond film until License to Kill. I think it was pretty dark in this For Your Eyes Only, where he kicks the car.
Yeah.
He never liked doing that, did he?
No, hated filming that.
Yeah. I'd say all of his Roger Moore's 80s films, I'd say all of them are probably darker than Spy Who Loved Me, especially like A View to a Kill. Like, that one's actually quite violent in comparison to the rest of his other films.
It's horrible when Zoran like mows down all his workers.
Yeah,
he's like, "What are you doing that for? You tit." It's like,
yeah.
What truly bothered me about A View to a Kill was Roger Moore was getting old. He was getting was getting old. Yeah. He's getting off with his 20-year-olds, man. And I'm like, it's like watching your granddad having a snog with you. It's like,
it's like how could she fancy him? I think the main reason why he stopped doing Bond then was because her mother was younger than him.
It made me cringe so hard, man.
Yeah.
How old was he? Was he 60 at the time or 59? He was getting old.
He was late 50s, like 57, 58. Yeah.
Wow.
You're seeing him getting off with these nice blonde birds, and you're like, it's like watching your granddad go at it.
I think with a few changes, that film could have been quite good for Timothy Dalton if they kind of maybe toned down some of the campy aspects that were like that Roger Moore was used to, and it could have possibly worked for Timothy Dalton.
There was almost no Timothy Dalton, he was a backup for Brosnan, because Brosnan was to be in The Living Day.
Yeah, he was doing Remington Still, wasn't he?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they proper messed him around with that, and just really bad for him when he didn't get it.
It's a shame Timothy Dalton didn't get more films.
Yeah, but at the same time, I kind of like the fact that he only did 2 because it makes him all that more special to me. He's just got that legendary status on what could have been. But
True.
Yeah,
I get that. Marvel fan says, do you guys remember a show called Renford's Rejects on Nickelodeon?
Heard of it.
Yeah, heard of it.
Heard of it, but
I can't place it though.
Nor can I. Retro Girls Lisa says, the scariest episode for me as a kid was The Haunted Mask Part 1 and Part 2 from Goosebumps.
Yeah, that was a creepy one.
Yeah.
I remember the Welcome to Dead House. That was like a mini zombie movie. And it was just like, because zombies terrified me as a kid. Fucking hell, this is, This
is the one in Night in Terror Tower, which is really good.
Yeah.
Do you remember an episode called, I think it's called The Perfect School?
No.
It's like an episode where some like boys go to a boarding school, but it kind of has an invasion of the body snatchers kind of plot.
Yeah.
But it's like, I think it was like a 2-parter, but it has a really dark, bleak ending. And I remember as a kid, I was like, okay, let's see what happens in part 3. And then it was like, no, that's it. There's only 2 parts. And it just traumatized me. So I was like,
Josh says The Breakfast Club is his favourite coming-of-age story. We've got Peter here from Stand in Silence. I was surprised to see Romper Stomper getting a release by 88 Films. Have you seen the film?
Yeah.
No.
It's a young Russell Crowe movie set in Australia. It's pretty rough. It's about sort of like your neo-Nazi type gangs. Type movie.
God Impossible says it's a great film, and Peter says, yeah.
On that note, guys, I've got to run.
Yep.
Thank you for having me. It's been amazing, Andy. Everyone.
Oh, it's been great, mate.
Yeah. Great to see you. Thanks ever so much, mate.
Have a good night, guys. See you later.
Yeah.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, right. That's great to have Matt on. Really great guest.
Yeah. Great stuff.
Right, we'll move on to some more comments. Marvel fan says they show one whole series on BBC iPlayer, but 7-8 months after that they removed it due to licensing. So this must be Chucklevision. I've just got the Chucklevision song stuck in my head now. Chucklevision. Oh God. What's it? Da 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 da, and To Me to You.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. Lisa says Renford Rejects was class. 4 a.m. in the morning. Wow.
Wow.
Oh, Dr. Impossible says, why does Some Kind of Wonderful always get left out? I know this is Peter Blu-ray Bullet Britt's favourite film. Shame because it's a Hughes produced film that needs revaluation. Yeah, because that's in like a box set they released, but it's like 50 quid, isn't it?
Yeah, it always gets sort of bracketed as a John Hughes movie. That I know he wrote the movie, but he didn't direct it.
Mm.
I really like it for what it is. I think it's great. I just think there's something missing for me stopping that movie from being great.
Yeah, I think it's a good movie, but it just doesn't really stand out as much as like the likes of Breakfast Club or Ferris Bueller's or films like that. I don't know. It's got a good story. I think if you like 80s high school comedies, then yeah, it's it's pretty good, but it is missing that whatever it is to just kind of elevate it above the others.
Yeah.
Oh.
I love the actor who plays the main Eric Stoltz's dad in it. I watched a movie with him in Midnight Run at the weekend, and he's so funny in that film. And he's in Beverly Hills Cop, and he's just a great actor. And I love the scene where he confronts his son about the college money. It's probably the best scene of the movie.
Yeah.
The opening score to that movie as well is fucking great. Where it just sort of pieces everything together of what's going to come and the way it sets the movie up. Yeah, it's a good movie. I like it, but it's not perfect.
Yeah, it's not your favourite Hughes film.
No, it's got John Hughes all over it. You know, the with the dialogue and everything. But I think John Hughes just lost his way when it came to the 90s. I just think he completely got lost in something bad because he could never recapture the work he did in the 80s.
Yeah, because like from what I gather, I was looking at like his like work in the 80s was just like hit after hit after hit, and that then like at the 90s it just kind of slided.
I think the last good thing he did in the 90s was probably Home Alone.
Yeah,
and then he just went downwards. Then I think he did like Flubber, like 101 Dalmatians and Home Alone 3.
Curly Sue was it?
Curly Sue. Yeah. I actually don't mind Curly Sue. I know it's not. It's not. It's probably his worst movie that he's directed, but I don't actually mind it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did Dennis the Menace as well, didn't he? I think he wrote that.
He wrote Dennis the Menace. Yeah.
Oh, I can remember that. Oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, it seems like
fucking terrifying in that movie as well. It's the fucking trap.
Yeah, he scared me to death in that film. Yeah.
Yeah, I can remember that. It seems like in the 80s, it was like his lightning in the bottle moment. He was doing like he knew what fitted that era so well, but in the 90s, just really couldn't find something that he was comfortable with. Yeah.
No, I think it was he used to write teenagers. He didn't see teenagers as teenagers. He saw them as people, and that's how he could write for them so well.
Yeah.
But when he got into the 90s, he just couldn't tap into that anymore. I just don't think he could relate to it.
Yeah.
No.
It's such a shame.
Marvel fan says Grizzly Tales intro always scared me when I was a kid. I would happily watch the stories, but the intro itself. Oh, some of the fucking stories were terrifying.
Yeah.
Peter says yes. Romper Stomper is great. It's so raw. DVD Film Black says that kid always had a thing. That cinema. I guess he had a thing for insects. Yes, there was a lot of insects in that cinema. We've got Rob here saying hello, boys. Hey, Rob.
Hi, Rob.
Hope you're all right. Dr. Impossible says License to Kill was a 15 rated Bond film. Yes, it was. It's 15 on the Blu-ray. I can remember watching it as a kid, and there was the bit in the head pressure scene where he went.
Yeah.
I was like,
that got me as a kid. I thought that was fucked up.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
The bit as well with the cocaine shredder, when Benicio del Toro falls in that
Ooh.
movie as a kid.
Oh yes, and like,
Just
is it like
screaming.
red mist coming
Yeah.
out? Or oh,
Yeah, just talking about it, it makes me want to watch it because I can watch that film on repeat.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'll watch.
The two Bond girls in it as well are just absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched them all last year, but I'm kind of like, I want to watch this one again.
Yeah.
It's got a great soundtrack as well. Like that end song makes me chuckle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It goes on.
Yeah.
And I think Gladys Knight's License to Kill is a very underrated Bond theme.
Very underrated one. You don't hear many people talk about it, but it's a good song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Neil says, I meant Casino Royale, but now you're saying that No Time to Die, it also inspired it. Yeah, No Time to Die is just constantly throwing the references to you all the way through the film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marvel fan says, what is it with Disney making live action reboots? Toy Story and a live action would be compared to Chucky. Oh, I hope they're not going to do a live action Toy Story. Oh dear.
I don't think it would work.
No. I think the closest thing we could get is probably Small Soldiers, but that is completely different.
Yeah.
Edward says, what's your favourite Peter Capaldi? I'm going to gather Doctor Who episode.
I've not seen any, so I can't comment on that one.
Yeah.
I've seen a few movies with him in. I think Local Hero.
Oh, yeah.
And Bean, the Ultimate Disaster movie. He has a very small role in that at the start. Yeah. I'd probably say Bean.
Yeah. Doctor Who, I don't really know. To be honest, that era of Doctor Who was never that good or memorable, to be fair, for me to pick out one episode. But for films, we've got like World War Z. He played like the Who Doctor in it.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah.
But I really enjoyed him in the Paddington films. He was great in them. And his personal history of David Copperfield, he was a lot of fun in that.
I remember him being in the trailer for that. I've not seen the film though.
Oh, it's a lot of fun. Peter says 57-year-old Roger Moore getting it on with the beautiful young blonde woman sounds awesome. Oh yeah, it's very odd with that because like she was like in her 20s, weren't she? The Bond girl.
I think it was at the start, where he's in like that fucking little iceberg submarine thing.
Yeah.
DVD and Film Bloke says, I would only watch it if Herb Lightyear is in it. Only those who watch Ashens will get that.
Never seen it.
No. I think Soph knows because she's seen some of Ashens' videos. Peter's comment again. Gary says, License to Kill is great. Robert Duvall is a good villain. Yeah.
Is it Sanchez?
Sanchez, yes.
Another sort of very underrated thing about the film, just really great villain.
Yeah, one of the best villains I think in Bond history.
Yeah,
absolutely. I know Roger Ebert and Gene Siskel didn't really like it because they just sort of saw him as like another big 80s drug villain, which I kind of get, but what wins it over for me is the whole motivation James Bond has to go after him. Like, it's not just another mission. This is like a real personal vendetta.
Yeah, this is a very personal Bond, a revenge story. So much relentless, shall we say, and because he has to retract his license to kill, don't he, in the film?
He gets it revoked. Because he's told by the government to stay out of it. Go home, and he just says he just doesn't do it. It's
such a good idea for a Bond film, and it's got all the elements of a perfect Bond film, and it is up there, definitely in the top 5, I think.
It's what makes it stands out from the rest.
Yeah.
But it's not just a generic mission.
Yeah, and the plot is like easy to follow from like start to finish, whereas like some other Bond films, like if you ask me like what's Octopussy about, I couldn't tell you what that movie's about because there's so many different things going on, and it changes.
I'm just thinking of Roger Moore as a clown.
Yeah. I
don't even think the writers knew what they were going on about with that film.
Yeah, but License to Kill, like just you can just kind of get personally invested in that story, and you can just follow it dead easily. Yeah.
Great ending as well. With
definitely
with the lighter.
But yeah, the lighter. Oh,
yeah.
Felix's lighter.
Yeah.
So good. I want to watch it tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's great. It's great. Yeah, I love it. It has like that guy in it as well from Last Action Hero, Sharky.
Oh.
Yeah, and Agent Johnson from Die Hard.
Yeah.
one of the Agent Johnsons.
Yeah. Well, I suppose they're both in it, aren't they?
Oh yeah, of course,
yeah.
Oh. Bumpers says, do any of you remember Point Horror books? They would make good young adult horror movies. Never heard of them.
No.
Marvel fan said, Finding Nemo in a live action would be a PG-13 horror.
Yeah,
probably. Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
The bit in Finding Nemo where you first meet Bruce, that kind of scared me a little bit when I was a kid.
Yeah, I could get. Yeah, I did a bit.
It sort of comes out of nowhere, but the animation looks great. Like,
well, I'll tell you what would be even more disturbing than a Finding Nemo live action: Shark Tale live action.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, the animation in that was horrendous back in the day, but it's even worse now.
It's just the way the characters look like the actors. Just looks wrong.
Yeah, and it looks like every fish has got Botox in their lips.
Yeah.
Marvel fan says, I could see Monsters Inc. work as the live action.
Yeah, I can sort of see that,
Yeah, it could work. But I prefer they just keep it to animation, never go into live action with them. But knowing Disney, they probably might.
Yeah, because I think there's some stories that lend to animation and they don't lend to live action. They're best told in that format.
Yeah.
Like Toy Story.
Agree. Yeah, I definitely agree. Marvel fan says, Ashen's the one who does the unboxing, where sometimes he receives those creepy knockoff toys. Yeah, I've seen a few videos and DVD and film boxes. Yeah. Josh says, what are your guys' favourite international film? Mine is either Blue is the Warmest Colour or A Portrait of a Lady on Fire.
Two great movies. For me, it's probably The Hunt with Mads Mikkelsen. That's probably my favourite foreign movie.
See that.
Hard Boiled is great John Woo action movie. It's obviously foreign. Parasite as well.
Yeah. Mike?
I don't know. It's too hard a question. There's just so many. I like a lot of Japanese movies, South Korean, Hong Kong action movies, Italian giallo movies. Yeah, there's too many to name. I couldn't narrow it down.
Yeah. Battle Royale, Old Boy. What's the other one? Would you class this the Man with No Name trilogy? Yes and no.
Kind of.
Yeah. It is foreign. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's 50-50, shall we say.
Yeah.
What was that other one I got a few months ago that I want to see? The Handmaiden. I've heard that's really good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah.
And I've got Memories of Murder to watch, and I've been wanting to get around to watching that because I love
Yeah.
Parasite.
Memories of Murder is great. Yeah.
It also come with Barking Dogs Don't Bite or something, whatever it's called.
Yeah, that's a strange film. All I can say, if you like dogs, you might need to tread carefully with that movie.
Yeah, I've had a thought probably it might be a bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just bought it for that film.
Yeah. But in that Barking Dogs film, that they even have a disclaimer at the beginning saying like no dogs were harmed in this movie. So the fact that they have that at the beginning just kind of tells you what kind of film you're going to be in for.
Yeah. I mainly just got it because it was cheap, because you got a copy of Memories of Murder. I don't care about the other film, I just want Memories of Murder.
Yeah.
We've got the Retro Girls. Lisa saying, I want It's a Wonderful Life on 4K. Do you think or know if it's a good transfer from Blu-ray?
Not seen it on 4K. So I don't know. I've heard it's good.
I think because it's like black and white, isn't it? It will be really good on 4K.
Yeah.
I've only ever seen it on DVD. It's a Wonderful Life.
But like these older black and white films, I've heard like the transfers like from that to 4K, they're some of the best you can get.
Yeah, I've got Schindler's List on 4K, and that one does look pretty good. And I wasn't too sure, just because I always thought with 4K it was all about the color, but even with black and white, it seems to work. Where like those blacks and those whites, they just it's pretty good.
Dr. Impossible says Thomas Harris, the author of Red Dragon, preferred Manhunter, but also liked Jodie Foster as Clarice Starling.
Yeah.
I love Manhunter. I just think it's great.
I'm gonna have to find Manhunter and give it a watch.
It's a proper 80s movie. It's proper. It's just dripping in mid 80s crime thriller.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I pretty much like all of the Hannibal films, except for the last one is probably the weakest of all of them. But I still think it's, overall.
Isn't there one called Hannibal Rising or something? It's like an origin story.
I've actually not seen that one. I've never had much desire to see it.
It's not great.
Yeah, I've heard. Yeah, I've heard it's not very good.
Yeah.
Marvel fans say I watch some of his videos. I watch Barry Lewis's cooking channel. Cool. Lisa says Uncle Buck is my favourite John Hughes film. Well, I hope it was a John Hughes film, or I look like a right twat.
No, it is.
Yeah, he directed that one.
Yeah.
John Candy. Yeah, I can remember. I've seen that one a few times on TV. It's a good fun film.
That's a lot of fun. It's like a precursor to Home Alone, that movie.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Yeah, I like it.
We've got Niels here saying, did any of you see the Danish TV series The Killing when it was on BBC? Heard of it, saw trailers, but never watched it.
Yeah, I've heard of it. Not seen it.
Heard of it. Not seen it.
Peter says, I like that song Garbage did for The World Is Not Enough. Yeah, I did.
It's not too bad.
All right.
The song's probably better than the film.
Yeah.
I think the one that I didn't like was the one for Die Another Day with Madonna.
Yeah.
That opening was like so quite dark, and yet the film was totally not like that.
Yeah. I think it has a really promising start, that movie, and the first 20, maybe 30 minutes, I think is okay, but then it just, after that, it's just a mess.
Oh, the CGI is horrendous.
It's so silly. The bit with John Cleese's legs when he walks past the car. It's just like, it's really bad. Yeah. But I actually quite enjoy the start of World Is Not Enough.
Yeah.
That's a good opening.
That's the one near the Millennium
Dome, yeah.
He's got Millennium Dome.
It's got like Q's retirement boat.
Yeah, I don't mind The World Is Not Enough. I think it's a fairly formulaic sort of Bond film. You know what you're expecting.
Yeah.
The Bond girl being called Christmas was a interesting choice.
Yeah.
But
it's just so he can make that joke at the end about Christmas only coming once a year.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was I going to say? Oh, what's his name? Who plays the villain? I thought he was a bit miscast.
Robert
Carlyle. It was good, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't thought he was amazing, shall we say?
He's kind of a bit like Rami Malek in that he's not in enough of the film to really have a presence. I think Elektra is a much better villain in that movie.
Oh, I think she was really good in it.
Yeah.
Robbie Coltrane was fun in it as well.
Yeah.
Dr. Impossible says, "Hey Andy, have you seen a Disney film from my childhood called My Science Project?"
Yes. Yeah. I've not seen it in a long time. I think I saw it for the first time a couple of years ago, but it's one I need to give a rewatch. I know it's got Dennis Hopper in it. I think it's like the science teacher of the school, and he's. I can't really remember what the plot's about, but it's because it's been so long since I've seen it. But it's sort of like in the same vein as like Weird Science, like that type of like high school movie. It's been a long time since I've seen it, but I do remember bits and bobs about it. I know it's got like Fisher Stevens in it as well.
Oh, cool. You seen it, Mike?
No, not seen it.
I think I've heard of it, but again, never seen it. Lisa says, "As you know, P, I found that James Bond box set in the charity shop. Can't wait to rewatch the old ones. Roger Moore is my favourite. Never seen the Pierce Brosnan ones." Yeah, you got a really good still with that James Bond box set. That was a good price. Yeah, the Roger Moore films are a lot of fun. I think up to For Your Eyes Only, they're probably the best ones. And I don't mind A View to a Kill. It's stuff but fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is. It's certainly not the best Bond film, but it has a watchable factor to it. You can just put it on and have a good time with it, and just don't expect the quality. But it's like a Big Mac. It's like it's not the best for you, but it's enjoyable.
Yeah, I think with the earlier ones, what was I going to say? What's his first one now? Live and Let Die. Yeah, Live and Let Die. That opening with the coffins grabbing the bloke, lifting them. Oh, that used to terrify me as a kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh. But yeah, the Pierce Brosnan films are up and down, but GoldenEye, superb.
I think it's a shame with Pierce Brosnan because I think he's a really, really good Bond, but his films are just not the best for me. I love GoldenEye. The rest of them, I think kind of up and down.
Tomorrow Never Dies and The World Is Not Enough is just like very standard formulaic Bond films, and then you've got Die Another Day, which is just something I say.
Yeah. I like Tomorrow Never Dies and GoldenEye. I think there's definitely a dip in quality between the two, but
I agree.
I kind of like Jonathan Pryce as the villain in that movie.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. To be honest, when I was a kid, I thought it was Sven-Göran Eriksson.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Peter says, "Is Soph here?" Yeah, I think Soph's watching. She's moderating the comments.
Yeah. I'm just gonna pop to a toilet. I won't be too long.
You're okay. Marvel fan says The Munsters used to be on BBC Two on every Saturday after the kids' shows lineup finished. Yeah, it used to be on in the week and all, I think, about 11 o'clock.
Yeah, I think it was, yeah.
Yeah. I always used to remember the theme song. That was quite catchy.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. There was the film and all, but the film was in colour, wasn't it?
Was it? I don't know. I only remember the show.
I'm pretty certain the film was in colour.
Yeah.
We've got Sean here from Media Collector Madness. Hey guys, hope you're all well and good. Hope you're well, Sean. Peter says, Playtendoguy, I wrote 2 different comments about 57-year-old Roger Moore and young women. Go back and read them properly. And I think they're exactly the same comments.
Yeah.
Roger Moore and 57-year-old Roger Moore, get it on with beautiful young blonde. Sounds awesome. Oh, that was Ever so slightly, 57-year-old blonde getting it on with beautiful blonde young woman in a film sounds cool too. Very,
Yeah.
very slight difference.
Yeah.
Very slight difference. Red and Peter. Marvel fan says, I remember Dick and Dom in the bungalow, M.I. High, Young Dracula and Renford's Rejects. Yeah.
I
Can you
remember Dick
them?
and Dom. I remember Dick and
Yeah.
Dom, yeah.
Oh, that was a great way to start Saturday morning.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, and it continued on the Sunday. Oh, lot
Yep.
of fun. Yeah. M.I. High was like a school like spy thing. That was pretty good. It had Danny John Jules in it. It did.
Yeah.
And Young Dracula was a lot of fun. Used to like that as a kid. But we do have a special guest here. We've got another special guest tonight. We've got Josh.
Oh,
Hey.
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 Got to plug my
Welcome
mic
to
in.
your debut on the stream.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Just weren't sure if the mic was working. That's all.
Yeah, that's all right. How are you doing? You feeling better today?
Yeah, feeling a lot better. I started feeling better around like 12 o'clock. So hopefully the COVID's clear. So
Hopefully. That's good. Peter says, I like Moonraker, although it's kind of goofy.
Yeah. Well, that was like a response to Star Wars, that.
Yeah, they delayed
For Your Eyes Only.
for that,
Yeah.
didn't they? Yeah.
Yeah.
Gary says, have you all seen Man on Fire?
Yes.
Isn't that the Denzel Washington film?
yeah.
Yeah.
I saw a
Yeah.
stillbook of that in CEX, but I just couldn't be bothered to watch it. To be fair, it's on Netflix. It's like 2.5 hours long now.
Yeah, it's quite a long one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a Tony Scott movie, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh. Sean says now the Marvel Netflix shows are on Disney Plus, we will start seeing more of the characters in other shows. If so, who would you like to see?
Ooh. I want to see him do Iron Fist right this time. Because
Yeah, I heard that was terrible.
they fucked with him.
Yeah, I heard it's
royally.
bad.
Oh, dude.
I've never seen none of these Netflix shows, so I will have to give them a watch. I know Jessica Jones is pretty good, and Daredevil's supposed to be very good.
From what I've heard, yeah.
Have you seen any of them, Andy, or not?
No, not the Netflix ones.
No.
I love
What?
Daredevil. Series 1 and 2. Didn't bother with Series 3. Jessica Jones was fine, from what I remember.
Mm.
I just didn't bother with Luke Cage.
Yeah. I think he's paused.
Yeah, I thought
Oh,
it was
he's back. Have you seen any of them, Mike?
No, not the Netflix ones, no.
Right. Dr. Impossible says nothing will top Tom Baker in Doctor Who. Met him at Longleat Park in '83 when BBC did a Doctor Who expedition. He had two mummies from the pyramids of Mars next to him. Legend. Yeah, he is. Awesome bloke.
Yeah.
Hopefully he appears in the 60th anniversary. That'd be cool. DVD from Film Bloke says, and don't get me started on that fucking slide whistle. We've got you here, Josh, saying the shrimp in Shark Tale scared the shit out of me.
It does scare the shit out of me. Fucking shrimp.
Terrifying movie.
It is a terrifying. I still
It's funny
have
that
it.
Jack Black looks like himself pretty much. And Martin Scorsese's in it as well, which is weird.
Yeah.
Playing a fucking pufferfish.
Yeah. It's a very bizarre film.
It is quite funny though.
Dr. Impossible saying Gladys Knight saying License to Kill rather than kill in the main theme song from License to Kill. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know she had like difficulties singing it because she was like a reborn Christian at the time.
Ugh.
And she didn't like to sing about killing. But she sucked it up and did it anyway, so I'll play to her.
Yeah, I didn't know
She
that.
did us all a favour and did it. She took one for the team.
You're saying, Josh, Monsters Inc. live action will literally be live action.
Yeah, it will.
It
Yeah,
will be
because
CGI. It's like
people
Lion
say
King
that
2019.
Lion King 2019's live action. It's animation still because it's CGI. Like
Yeah.
it's like when they were doing the Fine Bros did a reaction to the trailer. They got teens or college kids to react to the trailer, and they're like, "Oh, it's live action." And one of them was like, they don't use live animals, so it's live action." Like what?
Yeah.
It's still live action, even if
Mm.
it's still animation, even if it qualifies as live action. It makes no sense.
DVD and Film Bloke says a live action Shark Tale, even though it's DreamWorks with fish on Botox.
Oh no! I'm gonna stay away
Oh.
from that if that happens.
Doctor Impossible says Lady of Vengeance. What a film that was. Love it.
Is that the one from the Old Boy trilogy? I think it's called Lady Vengeance.
Oh.
Lady Vengeance, yeah.
I haven't seen any of those yet. Need to.
Yeah, they're
I
pretty
think if I
good.
remember correctly, Lady Vengeance is in like all different order, is it? Like how it tells the story, or am I thinking of a different film?
I've only seen it once, Lady Vengeance. It was probably my least favorite of the three. I can't really remember. It might have been, yeah, it might have been.
It's either that or it goes from colour to black and white. I can't remember. It's one or t'other.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. Doctor Impossible says also hard-boiled classic Japanese action film in a league of their own without Tom Hanks. Gary says I received the Vinegar Syndrome Forgotten Gialli Volume 4 box set this week. Some great films in this volume. Ooh.
Vinegar Syndrome.
Yeah.
Sounds fun.
Yeah. They put out quite a lot of films. Marvel fan says they said they put Fish Tank Gang from Finding Nemo in a future film. They had a cameo in Finding Dory.
I don't even remember Finding Dory.
It's not one of Pixar's best.
No,
No, I
forgot
don't
it
think
even
many
happened.
people remember that. Oh, I had a sealed copy of it and I sold it to somebody for 15 quid. I only paid 2 quid for it.
15 quid.
Wow.
Why? It was schemer.
Marvel. Yep. I actually sold quite a few Disney films for 15 quid, even though I paid a couple of quid out of Poundland for them.
Well, that's how much they charge in HMV, so might as well do it.
Yep. Marvel fan says, what was terrifying toys did you guys remember growing up?
Furbies. I hated those little bastards.
I've actually got one still.
Why?
I don't know. It's still in the house.
What was that? It was like that. Oh, it's like that talking doll thing where you pull the string. Baby Whisper or whatever it's called. So I saw the adverts of that and I was like, ugh.
I think it was one that used to give birth to a kid. I remember watching the advert for
yeah,
it. And and I was like, oh no, hide behind the sofa. Yeah.
I remember that baby wee wee that pissed itself.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. What about you, Mike?
Yeah, probably just like sort of baby related toys. I mean, I don't know why did people want like babies as toys? Like I don't know, like, you know, I think you could like feed them, couldn't you? And they could talk and
yeah, they can poo and shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know why anyone would want them as a kid.
I remember there was one that you used to speak to. You did. You say something, it'll reply back. So I said to her, because my friend had one, I said twat, and it said twat.
Wow.
There was always that one kid when I was growing up. There was always that one kid that had that doll from Toy Story 3. Is it Big Baby?
Oh,
There's always one kid who had that same.
That's the scariest fucking thing ever.
Yeah.
Even in
And
the
it
movie,
looked like
scary.
that doll. It looked like it hadn't been looked after. It just looked battered and drawn on, and
Yeah.
give you the shits for life. Just terrifying.
You just said you found out that Army of the Dead is leading the Oscar vote. Oh no.
Literally, I think this backfired on the Academy. They wanted No Way Home, didn't they? And literally, Cinderella is above No Way Home right now.
Well,
So-
at least it's Army of the Dead and not Cinderella, I suppose.
Literally,
Lesser
every time I've gone on Twitter to look at the Twitter vote, so many people are valuing for Army of the Dead. It's unreal. I voted for Titan or Titan, so I
Yeah,
voted
it's
completely.
Oh,
But Army of the Dead is whack, but I quite enjoy it.
Peter says yes, that Madonna song is pretty bad.
Yeah.
Dr. Impossible says I'd rather watch Spy Hard than Die Another Day. Even that shitty song by Madonna drove me fucking nuts.
Spy Hard's a lot of fun.
Is that the one with Dave Bautista?
It's the one with Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm thinking of a different
You're
one.
thinking
My
of-
Spy.
Oh, don't get me fucking started on that. I hate it. I hate it with passion. Dude.
Oh, so
It's true.
Spy Hard is with Leslie Nielsen then.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Lisa saying, wasn't there James Bond before Roger Moore? George Lazenby.
George Lazenby.
Yeah, only did one film, but it was actually Sean Connery come back for another film before Roger
Oh
Moore.
yeah, he did, didn't he?
With Diamonds Are Forever, which I don't like.
I don't like Bond really, to be fair.
Mm.
It's not Connery's best one.
Yeah.
He looks so bored in that film,
Yeah.
Connery. Like he's
It
just
was
doing
just
doing
a
it for the
huge-
money.
It was a huge polar opposite. It was definitely quite campy compared to the other ones. It felt like a Roger Moore film, to be fair.
I think it feels like a spoof to like Bond movies. It feels like someone was trying to spoof Bond, like Americans were trying to spoof James Bond. That's what it feels like
Yeah.
to me.
The best part about it is Mr. Kidd and Mr. Wint. They're the best part about that movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they were bloody chilling back in the day. I remember watching that as a kid. I was like, fuck, they're terrifying.
The way they die, it's like it's horrifying. Like it's terrifying.
Mm.
But it makes me laugh at the same time.
Yeah.
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 Dr. Impossible says GoldenEye was a terrific Brosnan film. The Brosnan was given absolute shit bad. Tomorrow Never Dies. The To Tomorrow was probably the best Arnold film he delivered for me. Oh.
The only thing I remember in GoldenEye is the tank. Is that the one with the tank?
Yeah, that's one. It's in Russia, isn't it? In Moscow.
I really don't like Bond that much. I like Skyfall, No Time to Die, but haven't really seen many of the others. I'm not a big fan of it. There's just 24 of them, and I'm like,
Yes.
A lot
I've got
of
the
them.
patience for that.
There's a lot of ups and downs, shall we say, in the franchise.
When he
I
was
think
riding the
it's one of
wave.
them franchises that you sort of have to grow up with, I think.
Yeah.
If you
Well, I
don't,
grew up with it because my dad watched it all the time, but I was just like, I was never
Yeah.
interested. Riding the wave in what one was that? Where he was on the wave? Is that?
Die Another Day, yeah.
Yeah, that was
Another Day.
hilarious. That was hilarious.
Yeah. DVD and Film Bloke says George Lazenby. Marvel fan says, do you remember a TV show called Even Stevens? Yes, with Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah.
Boof, yeah.
Mr. Cancel Culture himself.
Yeah. I think they did a film of Even Stevens as well, didn't they?
Did they?
I think, it might have been like a Disney Plus movie.
Oh, of course
Yeah,
it
I think
was,
so.
because
Or like a Disney Channel movie, something like that.
Yeah.
You love it when your Wi-Fi don't load.
DVD and Film Bloke says the only Brosnan Bond film I don't like is Die Another Day. The rest are good, fun, popcorn action films. Yeah. Gary says Arrow has a lot of titles releasing in April. I will be getting Wild Things, Enter the Void, and Lux
Oh, they got
Eternal.
Into the Void going on there?
Yeah, I've pre-ordered it. Enter the Void.
That's a
Sweet.
lovely set, that is.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Let me have a look at it.
That other one though, that Lux Eterna, that movie is only like 50 minutes long, and they're charging like 18 quid for it. And I think I don't know. It feels like that. It should be more of like like a special feature or like And sometimes Arrow release movies, but then they
Oh,
include
damn, that
like
looks
short
nice.
films with it.
Yeah, bundles them up with another
Yeah.
film, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one, mate.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that's the one. That's the
yeah.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I think
can't
they're
wait
doing
for
like 3 editions. They're doing the 4K Steelbook, and the Blu-ray edition.
I think
Gaspar
it's
Noé
just-
makes some weird shit though.
Yeah. I think it's just Blu-ray. They're releasing it on Enter the
Isn't
Void.
it?
It's
Oh.
just Blu-ray.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think
Oh, wow.
it's that Wild Things that's getting.
Oh, it must
the
be that one I'm
4K.
thinking of. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
I
isn't
like that
Enter the
movie. It's
Void?
alright.
Yeah.
Is-
Well, things.
Yeah, I might get that and all. But isn't Enter the Void by the same director of Climax?
Gaspar Noé, yeah.
Yeah. It's
Climax
a fan-
is great. I keep forgetting it's A24.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a good film.
Yeah. Enter the Void's great as well. Yeah.
I need to watch that
Mm.
one.
We've got Soph here. Yeah, of course you can jump on. Yeah.
I just had to double check. I don't know.
Yeah, of course. I said that you could.
Yeah, I know.
Peter says, Soph, I'm all right now. I finally had some food. How are you? Doing well. Dr. Impossible says, just never really bought into Daniel Craig. But though I did enjoy Casino, funny how both GoldenEye and Casino were directed by Campbell, and both are stunningly directed and edited films.
What was the who directed Quantum of Solace? Because that was edited to shit.
Mark Foster was it? The guy who
Oh.
did
Mm,
Where Was He? And
The first
Yeah.
the first 10 minutes of that was horrific. I turned it off after that because it's just camera shaking, and I was like, "What?"
yeah, it is quite hard to follow. It's just
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I
editing's
turned it
not
off
great.
after 10 minutes. I was like, "I've had enough of this."
Mm.
Peter says, Playtendoguy, I spent months working on that Roger Moore joke, hoping you were going to like it. 10 out of 10, Peter. Brilliant work. Marvel fan says, everyone dislikes the Munsters straight to TV movies. The Munsters Revenge, Here Comes the Munsters, and the Munsters Scary Little Christmas. I like them, but those movies, but I'll put them in multiverse.
I haven't seen the monsters. I know that Rob Zombie's doing one though, isn't he?
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Whether he's going to have arms cut off and stuff, I don't know.
I don't know. Is it going to be child friendly, or is it going to be Halloween 2 friendly?
Is his wife going to be half naked in it?
Probably. It's like Eli Roth. He puts his wife in everything.
Mm.
And
Like Green Inferno. Ugh.
and Mila Djokovic's husband.
Mila Jovovich. Oh, Paul
Jovovich.
W.S. Anderson's probably the worst director in Hollywood right now. One of them.
Yeah. Did you watch Monster Hunter?
Fuck off. I don't want to talk about. I hate that film. It was. My dad liked it, and I was like, Dad, why?
I've got it.
Why? That's the question.
Because I like the video games.
It's nothing like the video games. The
I know
monsters
it
look the
isn't.
same, but
I
that's
know.
it.
I know. Yeah, I got it for like a tenner, I think. So no, I didn't. I actually got it real cheap. They were charging a £5 for it in Tesco when they were clearing them out. So it only cost me a £5.
That's £5 too much.
True. I'm not going to watch it again. It'll just sit there on the shelf.
Just don't watch it ever.
Or I'll probably just put it in my box of movies I hope to forget I actually have, along with Zoolander 2.
Yeah, it's like me with Green Lantern.
Oh.
Oh, I'm trying to forget I got Green Lantern.
Oh. Dr. Impossible says, Mike, how did Moscow on the Hudson go?
Yeah. I mean, I was talking about this earlier. Yeah. It was pretty good. Yeah. Robin Williams. He's a bit more reserved in that movie than what we're kind of used to. More of a dramatic role for him. But yeah, overall it was a pretty good film. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Cool. DVD from Film Bloke says, baby dolls that piss, shat, or puke. Oh.
Like James Corden when he talks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lisa says, Cabbage Patch Kids used to give me nightmares, especially after watching Toy Story and Small Soldiers.
But
That's fucking terrifying in Small Soldiers, them fucking Gwendy dolls.
Ugh.
Yeah.
They don't
Fucking
scare me
scary.
anymore, Cabbage Patch Kids, because I just think of Lewis Capaldi when I think of Cabbage Patch Kids. Because he does look a bit. He does look a bit like a Cabbage Patch Kid. If you look at Lewis Capaldi, he looks like a Cabbage Patch Kid.
It's like the most unthreatening toy ever.
Mm.
Oh, come on! Like, look, looks like a Cabbage Patch Kid.
He fucking doesn't. Oh, ever heard of Cabbage Patch doll that was recalled because people thought it could eat
Oh,
children's
yeah.
fingers and
I
hair?
know
What? Oh,
Cannibalistic dolls.
Dr. Impossible says back in the glorious 80s it was Cabbage Patch Kids. Those dolls were sick to look at and cost about £20 in the UK. I think everybody wanted one back in the 80s. I think they were like really hard to get for some reason.
I get Cabbage Patch and Garbage Pail Kids mixed up
Yeah.
for some reason.
Soph says no. Nunu from Teletubbies scared me for life. Made me scared of Henry Hoover's. No, it was the bear for me, and it's going. Oh, I hate the bear.
The kid in the sun creeped me out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bit creepy. Oh. DVD from Film Bloke says Teletubbies is fucking creepy as an adult unless you're a college student on LSD. Dr. Impossible says Roger Moore and Michael Caine in Bullseye, directed by British legend Michael Winner. Forget A View to a Kill, see Moore and Caine in Scottish kilts.
I think that's the first film he made after he finished Bond.
Okay.
What's that? They now have babies. What, the Teletubbies had babies? Jeez, I don't want to know how they
Teletubbies. You just said the Teletubbies.
Teletubbies. DVD Film Bloke says, oh god, yes, how do they reproduce? Through the TVs on the tubbies.
Through
Tubbies?
their little antenna things. It's like the towers in Avatar. They use their antenna.
Yeah. We're talking about the reproduction of Teletubbies on a movie stream. Looking at Teletubbies in black and white is so creepy.
Looking at them in any format is creepy.
Yeah. DVD Film Bloke says the same team behind Teletubbies are the same team behind Rosie and Jim and Tots TV. You can't convince me the writers weren't smoking illegal substances. All them shows us scary. Jeez.
Yeah, Tots TV, man. Fucking hell.
Oh, what happened to that place? Jeez.
I don't remember it. I'm gonna have to Google it, I think.
God Impossible says you want to watch the Cabbage Patch movie with live action animatronic puppets. That film was seriously fucked up and made in the 87.
What the
There's
fuck
a film.
What is Tots TV? I'm just looking at it now.
It's like three puppets in a tree.
One's got red hair, one's got blue hair.
Yeah. One's well, at least they're diverse. That's a bonus at least. They're uncancelable.
Seth says Return to Oz is a devil of a film that needs to go into a fire pit of hell. Haha.
I love Return to Oz.
No, that bit Seth says she was scared of. I'm like, that's not scary. It's those ones on the wheels.
No, it's more creepy than anything.
Yeah, it's the
way they get around. I think
Mombi and the heads. Like that's creepy. Like that. The electric shock therapy stuff in it as well.
Oh yeah. DVD Film Bloke says that was Garbage Pail Kids based on the trading card games which parodied Cabbage Patch dolls. Oh, you've got it, ain't you, Andy?
Yeah, I've got the Garbage Pail Kids movie. Has to be seen to be believed. That film.
It's like Pink Flamingos has to be seen to be believed.
Yeah.
Marvel fan says there was an Iggy Pop statue. People who bought it was so creeped out because they thought the statue would come alive and get them.
Are people stupid?
Oh, Doctor Impossible says Dark Oz film that deserved far more respect considering it was bombed at the box office. Disney wanted a musical version but got a dark, very well adapted film from the source material.
It was also Oz Great and Powerful by Sam Raimi, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I didn't mind it. It's
Mm.
fine.
The anime Wizard of Oz is fucking great. I fucking love it. Covers
Yeah.
all 4 books. It's fucking great.
Lisa says no. Lewis Capaldi looks like Tom from Tots TV. Soph says it's damn Wheelers.
Yeah.
Peter says I've been watching that Iggy Pop DVD that I have a lot lately. The one where his band consists of 3 of the Queen of the Stone Age guys and some other people. It's great. Getting the Blu-ray. Cool. DVD for Film Bloke says in Teletubbies that fucking puppet in the house scared the shit out of me. DVD for Film Bloke says he looks more like Tiny. Retro Girl says I have the Cabbage Patch Kids on DVD.
We've gone full retro.
Yeah. The head sequence with the witch did it for me, says Dr. Impossible. It's a cracking film, Return to Oz.
Yeah, I like Return to Oz.
Yeah. And DVD from Film Bloke says that house that filmed Tots TV was abandoned for many years. I believe a few months ago, the owner of the land finally burnt it down. Oh, wow.
The haunted spirits of the puppets roam the woods.
What was it? Tina, Tom, and Tiny, is it? I can't remember. No.
I think so.
Yeah.
They're the same colours as the fucking Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Yeah. It's a shame that they burnt it down because they could have done it and done a Banana Splits type movie where they come back and murder loads of people. DVD from Film Bloke says the videos of that house when it was still up are very surreal. They didn't cheap out since it actually filmed in it. Ooh. Marvel fan says, what CITV show that used to be underwater, the characters use bold, multicolored headed things from CITV? I remember there was yellow, blue, red, green, purple, and orange. Oh.
Octonauts? I don't know.
I honestly don't know. Oh, Tilly, Tom, and Tiny. Yeah. Oh, can you remember a show called Zap? That was was out there.
That was fucking trippy, that, man.
Yeah. Oh, I remember coming home from school and watching that. I was just like, my mum was like, what the heck is that? I'm like, kids' TV, mum. Kids' TV.
Yeah.
Dr. Impossible says, Mr. Bloody scared the shit out of me. Mr. Blobby, should I say, on Noel's party house. Oh, Mr. Blobby, geez, the sound he makes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's terrifying. What was it now? DVD from Film Bloke says, actually, I think Rosie and Jim would be more suited to a Banana Split style horror movie. What they're going down on their boat looking for the next prey, are they?
It's just this guy on this barge, isn't he, with 2 fucking dolls? I mean, that just sounds really fucking dodgy to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Lewis Capaldi could play one of them, why not?
Dr. Impossible says, Blobby, that pink blob.
Blueby.
Blueby, oh my god, I hate Mr. Blobby with a passion. Yeah. Yeah, song and all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He was in the Amarillo music video years ago.
Yeah, but I think there was an actual album you could buy of Mr. Blobby.
Jesus Christ.
And it was just literally him making them noises for like 2 or 3 minutes.
So just like Justin Bieber's new album then.
Peter says, and still need to get Humanoids from the Deep. Yeah, that's got a nice release. I think Jason talked about it in his new video, if I remember correctly.
I've heard it's a very rapey movie.
Yeah, I've heard that.
And those deviled eyes.
Those evil eyes, yeah. Lisa has Rosie and Jim as well. Wow. Doctor Impossible says Humanoids was a great Corman horror film. Nice. Marvel fan says, do you remember a show called Jungle Run? Yes, I can. That was fun.
Wasn't that a game as well? Oh, I'm thinking of Temple Run. That's what I'm thinking of. But
Yeah. I think it was Michael Underwood, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Jungle Run.
Yeah.
And to get like the monkeys on statues or whatever it was.
Yeah. Yeah. It used to be on, I think, about 5 o'clock or 4:30 on an evening. Here comes Mr. Blobby Blobby. Oh, fucking hell. Yeah. Cool, if I see him walk down the street, I'll fucking run the other side. Get away from him, jeez.
why did the Blobby cross the road?
Oh, that's one thing that can stay in the fucking 90s, Mr. Blobby. Lisa says, yes, Jungle Run was the absolute shit. 4 p.m. every day after school. Those were the day, yeah. There was another one he did, Michael Underwood, done The Eliminator, I think.
Okay.
Oh, I remember
that
a
was...
show called The Slammer.
Oh, yeah, I can remember that one as well.
That was
in a prison and there was all these acts and they had to do it to win their freedom.
It's so stupid.
Yeah. Soph says, do you remember the hot water bottle from the show Andy told us about? Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah. Johnson and Friends. The hot water bottle's terrifying.
That is horrific. That is nightmare fuel. You showed us that at about 1 or 2 in the morning.
And you know what's even more terrifying than the hot water bottle? The accordion.
Oh. Oh,
like, I was on YouTube and for some reason it came my recommended. Don't ask why, but it was the Handy Manny trailer, and like it looks more horrific than I remember. Because I was like, Jesus, it's like a torture device.
DVD Film Bloke says Rosie and Jim was weird. Even as an adult, they changed the presenter every few years. I convinced they murdered him.
You just stashed them away.
Yeah. Marvel fan says Art Attack.
Yeah. With the head.
Yeah. Oh. DVD Film Bloke says I used to like Duck when I was little, but that's it.
From Rosie and Jim.
Lisa says Art Attack, the talking statue heads won it for me. Yeah. Wasn't Neil Buchanan in that Zap?
Yeah.
I thought he was, yeah.
And Finders Keepers.
Oh, was he? Oh, that's... Soph says, as you know, City and Sweep is my fave. Do you guys remember Rainbow, says Dr. Impossible, bit before your time?
Don't forget to play with your twangers.
No. Oh, that rude
that clip,
Rainbow bit. Oh,
Rainbow.
We're talking about that in work yesterday. The twangers and play with your balls.
Yeah. Yeah, was Rainbow the show with Zippy? Yeah.
George and Bungle. Yeah.
Yeah. And Jeffrey.
Yeah.
DVD Film Bloke says, did you hear the story about Mr. Blobby going to the little girl's birthday
party
destroying the cake and the dad
You could just stop it there, I think. Just stop it when he goes to a girl's birthday party. I think that's all we need.
Oh. Poor kid.
Wow.
Oh, fuck. She definitely got taken out back.
Soph says, I loved Rainbow, and Soph says she'll post a picture in the group chat later for Josh.
Oh, God. Right.
Yeah, they
she's
used to
done it.
repeat it. Oh, actually, show us it.
Yeah, that's Johnson and Friends.
Yeah, there's a video of it, and that is
Toy
more
Story
terrifying.
What the hell? Oh, what is that smiley thing up there?
That's the accordion.
Oh,
yeah.
That's horrific.
Jesus H.
It's a hot water bottle as well. beady little eyes
Oh.
on it.
Yeah.
What one's the hot water?
It's like a green rectangle thing.
Oh, I just noticed the eyes. Yuck. That's disgusting.
Dr. Impossible says I used to watch Bagpuss on the BBC back in my younger years with Grange Hill. Jesus, show my age now. Marvel fan says that was it. The ITP show is called Boo Bar.
Never heard of it.
Boo
It's like
Bar
Ben
was
and
so
Ben the Flower Pot Man. Remember that?
Boo Bar was so fucking creepy. I honestly can't remember. Lisa says, does anyone remember Hair Bear Bunch?
Yeah, I do. Hair
Yeah,
Bear.
yeah. Remember that.
Yeah, I think so. There was that. What was it I used to like? Bear in the Big Blue House. Can you remember that one?
I grew up with that. There's
Yeah.
so many funny TikToks though on that though.
Mm.
You know. It's hilarious.
Dr. Impossible says, oh, and Bod. Here comes Bod. That bloody theme music will Bod will drive you nuts. Oh, there was this thing. There was like top 100 kids shows, and one of them. This was late at night, and I was real young, and I woke up, and it was like, I think it's called Bop or something. It's like a monkey puppet, and it comes up to the screen, knocking on the screen, and you can hear it, and it makes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That terrified
Jesus
the fuck
Tell
out
you
of
what
me.
terrifies the fuck out of me. The monkey in Toy Story 3 still creeps me out.
Yeah.
You know, the chiming monkey thing still creeps me
Yeah.
out.
Oh,
I know what you're on about there, Pete. Fucking
that's
hell.
actually sending my hair's going up now. Oh,
It
that's
used to
petrifying.
just spit all over the screen
Yeah,
What was
and then
it
wipe
called?
it off. Oh, yeah.
I need to
it's
find
like
it.
a monkey puppet. I can't remember what it's called. Bop or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
It used to make some weird fucking noises and knock on the screen. Oh, terrifying. I was half asleep and woke up seeing that, and I was like petrified.
What the what? Oh, wait. Struggling to find it. Monkey puppet show. Is it a kid show?
It's a kid show, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's called.
Is it this motherfucker?
No.
Oh, because that's a meme, that is.
No, it's called Bop or something. I think it's called. I can't remember now. But a Marvel fan said it was during my time with it. I never watched it. I'm glad I did because it's so scary. Boobar was creepy. DVD the Film Book says he was glad he missed out on Johnson's and Friends.
I feel weird typing in Google Bop Kid Show. I feel weird.
Yeah. Harry says, all right, Josh.
You alright? Hello. Hey, Harry.
DVD Film Book says Ragdoll Productions' writing room was a giant drug den. Yeah, it was called Bop or something. It was just a monkey. It had like a knitted jumper on or something. Oh, it's petrifying. Oh. Dr. Impossible says, and Roland Bloody Rat on TVAM back in the 80s. Then the BBC did a TV show with the rat. Big hit back in the day. Wasn't there a single and all? Yeah, there was a CD.
Oh, my. We call my dad Roland Rat because he looks a bit like him. Don't worry, Sophie. I'll have more nightmares when I watch Pink Flamingos.
Yeah.
It's called Pob. Pob. Oh God, Pob. Who used to spit on the screen.
Oh God, Pob. Pob puppet. Oh my God.
Yeah.
It used to make
it's like the Adrian Brody film Splice.
It used to make horrendous noises. Oh, the noises.
Yeah, I remember that. Scary bastard.
That can stay in the fucking past and all.
It's blowing on the screen.
Yeah. Soph says, anyone remember the Raggy Dolls? I've seen the theme song. I
Yeah.
can just about remember it. Yeah. You, Mike?
No, I don't remember it.
Retro Girl says, why was all the kids' TV shows in the 90s were all puppets? No wonder we're all fucked up. Oh. There was another one called Ripley and Scuff, and there was like little monkeys, and they used to say "Top Banana." Can you remember that one?
It's like bananas in pajamas. People just meme on that now, I think.
Yeah.
Mm.
Marvel fan says, I recommend Googling Booba and Teletubbies in black and white.
Oh,
We ain't gonna get no sleep tonight, are we? Watching all this.
well, I am.
Oh.
I was about to type in on YouTube scariest kid show intros. So, yeah.
Boobar, fuck me. Jesus Christ, no.
What's
Sorry.
James Corden,
Booba?
look! It's James Corden.
Oh, I can remember them. Oh dear, I can remember them. Yeah.
Booba, yay.
Yeah, I can remember them. Jeez, they're petrifying.
They just look like big blobs of sperm, really.
DVD Film Bloke says Pob, Rosie and Jim, Tots TV, Brum, Teletubbies, Boobar were all done by Ragdoll Productions. The writing room must have been a massive drugs den. Wow. No, they just thrived on terrifying children.
They thrived on it. That's all they wanted.
Dr. Impossible says, I used to watch Thundercats and Masters of the Universe on BBC and ITV. Great shows with Battle of the Planets.
Oh, what was the show with the robots on like the freighter ship or whatever? You know what one I'm talking about, don't you?
I think so, yeah.
Battle for whatever, Battle for something. Battle for Earth something. With like the yellow robots. I saw it on TikTok the other day.
Oh, jeez.
I'm going to have to try and find it now.
Oh, this is another terrifying one from the 70s. I know what Scott's talking about, Scotty's movies. Pipkin. Oh, the rabbit. The rabbit looks like it's been fucking destroyed. Search up Pipkin. Oh my god.
Oh.
He's like the Chucky of rabbits.
Oh!
He looks like he should be, what is it now? Oh my days. He looks like he should be on Meet the Feebles.
It looks like it's been road killed.
Wow. It's like something from Watership Down.
It does.
Yeah. I think, again, Pipkin had a song and all. I don't know what it is with all these songs for terrifying kid shows, but here we go. Peter says, I remember Ryan Paul.
Logan
Ryan,
Paul? What?
Ryan.
Oh.
Ryan's got a stream on tomorrow night, Peter. Lisa says, I love Bananas in Pajamas. I hate it when they remake all the classics and they ruin it for us. Yeah. I used to like, what is it, Mop a Top Shop? If you want it, we've got it. Mop a Top has got it.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Well, have you seen this? Hold on.
Transformers.
This is not too long ago as well. Watch. Fucking Minions just popped up. That was at Sing 2, I think.
Oh.
People went to see Sing 2 and kids actually got scared because the Minions popped up like that.
Yeah. Transformers was another show. Yep, definitely. Courage the Cowardly Dog. Yeah, that was quite dark for a kid's show.
Yeah, SpongeBob's quite dark as well in some places.
Yeah. Lisa says, I picked up Thundercats on VHS the other day for free from a charity shop. Oh, that's cool.
Sweet.
Retro Girl says, Courage the Cowardly Dog gave me nightmares, but still love it. Yep, great. Didn't they do a Scooby-Doo crossover with that?
Yeah, I think they might.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah. DVD Film Bloke says Hartley Hare and his fetish for glove puppets. Oh. Lisa says, what has this stream become? Yes,
Yeah.
destroying your childhood. Oh. Edward says, what's your favourite David Tennant show or movie? Doctor Who.
Yeah, Doctor Who.
I think mine is the episode of Criminal he's in.
Oh.
He's in an episode of Criminal on Netflix. It's so good.
Oh,
That
cool.
series he did, was it Reg? That was oh no. What was the one he did with the ITV not too long ago?
Oh, was it Des?
Des,
Des,
that's the one, yeah.
Des.
Yeah, that's supposed to be good.
I got called Des by my family. I think it's the glasses, I don't know.
What about you, Mike?
Probably Des, yeah. I haven't really seen him in much else.
Oh. Dr. Impossible says Pipkin even sounded like a dirty rabbit with a dirty Mac. Oh. Viewer Drew says, which Will Porter performance did you like more, Midsummer or Maze Runner?
Or Midsummer.
I'll probably say Midsummer, even though I haven't seen either of them.
Yeah, Midsummer.
Yeah. I haven't seen Maze Runner, but I'd say Midsummer, even though he's a total dick in that film. I think the film's amazing. Yeah,
he just pees on a sacred tree or whatever in Midsummer. And it's like, he was like, why can't I pee here? Don't you see the people praying on it?
Yeah.
I love Midsummer.
Marvel fan says, Playtendoguy and I have something in common. Waking up in the middle of the night to a creepy TV show. I had courage and you had the monkey that spits. Pob. Ooh, that fucking monkey. That could fuck off. DVD from Film Bloke says, writing kids' TV shows is easy. Just give me and 3 hours and some coke and you'll end up with a success. Yep, probably would do. Retro girls used to love Cow and Chicken, especially when they used zoom into Baboon's ass. Oh, I can remember Cow and Chicken and... Oh, what was it now?
I Am Weasel.
I'm Weasel, yep. I'm Weasel. And there was the Angry Beavers as well. Oh. The Viewer Drew says, what do you guys think is the worst comic book movie ever made?
There's so many.
Probably Superman 4.
Fantastic. It's one of them.
I have that in the collection, but it's still sealed, thankfully.
Good. Burn it.
Oh. There was the one I watched, the Captain America one from the 90s was pretty dreadful.
Oh, and that Fantastic Four one what never aired from the 90s.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Where the thing goes like that.
Yeah. What about you, Andy?
I don't know, I'm not too sure. Even though I've got a soft spot for it, Supergirl.
Yeah. Peter O'Toole's in that, isn't he?
Loads of people in it. Peter Cook's in it. Peter O'Toole's in it.
Oh.
Helen Slater, Faye Dunaway.
It's
You've got the guy who plays Ellis and Die Hard's in it. Yeah.
Eternals. Piece of shit.
Marvel fan says, what happened? Did your parents try and calm you down? No, actually, I just kept it in. I was just like frozen in fear. I was just like, fucking... Oh. Whenever I see that TV show replayed, I'm like, turn that off. We are not watching that. Dr. Impossible says, what's the best Hammer film you've ever seen?
Army Hammer?
I've only seen one, and that's probably the first Dracula one with Christopher Lee.
I think that's the best Dracula film of the Hammer franchise. What about you, Mike?
I like Hound of the Baskervilles with Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee.
The one on Arrow. Yeah, that's real good.
Yeah,
I like that one as well. I do like basically anything with Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee and it's golden. Yeah. You ain't seen none of the Hammer horror films?
Don't think so.
Josh?
No, I haven't even
No.
heard of it until now.
What? I can't remember
Oh,
that.
the lesbian.
I can't
episode of
remember
Ground Chick.
that.
Oh,
Damn it!
yeah. I
God
think,
damn it!
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Lisa says Scars with Dracula is the best Hammer film for me. Yeah, I can remember that one. That's pretty good. It's just the one 1972 AD. That one is just whoa. That one's completely out there. Dexter's Laboratory, Rude Removal.
Oh yeah.
People also say Catwoman 2004 is horrible. It is.
Because it is. Because it is.
It is.
Directors with one name is a red flag. Petoff, McGee. Like, it's a red flag. Plus, he's a fashion designer, not a fucking director. What are you doing?
Oh.
It's time for the remix.
God Impossible says always like Dr. Jekyll and Sister Hyde. Yeah, I can remember that one. That was pretty good.
Now this comment's funny.
Lisa says, viewer Drew, take that back. Catwoman is fucking amazing.
It is in some respects amazingly shit.
Marvel fan says, to me, if I saw that monkey, I would probably shit myself and scream my head off.
Yeah.
Sia.
Oh,
That's
Sia.
another shit director with one name. But yeah.
I think it was shit. I think with music, with Sia, I think it was just due to her lack of research for the film. That's what I think, maybe. But yeah, the film is shit, but I don't know if it's exactly her fault. I don't know.
Even film bloke says even most of the music is crap. And Marvel fan says Dexter's Laboratory, Rude Removal has swearing in it, but it was banned. Ooh, there was quite a few Pokemon episodes that were quite banned.
Wasn't there the Polygon one where it just kept flashing because people were having seizures and that?
Yeah, there was one where Jesse had a boob job. or James had a boob job. Yeah. That was banned in this country. Yeah. It was very odd.
Inbetweeners has been banned from TV now.
Has it?
Yeah,
really?
It's been taken off of like Channel 4 and stuff. You can only get the DVDs because of people being too offended by everything. They've basically taken it off. Yeah.
Right. DVD and film bloke says Sia lacked to research and being a twat to those who she supposed to represent.
Yeah, she basically went on Twitter and was like, someone was like, well, you hired Maddie Ziegler, who is not even autistic, to play the main role. I'm autistic and I could probably play it. And she said, maybe you're just not a good actor. And stuff like that. And not to mention, she works with an organization with the film who basically who thinks that autism is wrong. So, called Autism Speaks. So, I think just looking at it, I think it is her fault in the end.
Lisa says James had a boob job. What? Yes, there was an episode. It got banned in this country. You have to search online, but I remember there was like several episodes, and one of them was James had a boob job.
He got big titties.
Quite big, I think. Yeah. The viewer Drew says personally, Catwoman feels like a rip-off of Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 1.
No. It feels like an amalgamation of shit.
Dr. Impossible says, I bet you've never seen Nip Tuck.
Heard of it, never seen it.
Never seen it, no. So, yeah. That is the end of the comments. I think we'll finish it up for tonight. We've gone for 3 hours and 40 minutes, which is pretty good.
Length for Justice League.
Yeah. I think the longest one we've done is like about 4.5 hours, I think.
Jesus Christ, I think Zack Snyder will be proud. I think my longest was 6 hours.
Oh, yeah, I've been asked to do a 24-hour one, but I don't think I could go. Yeah. Yeah, more about that. And the movie promotes prone restraints which could kill
Oh, shit.
autistic people, even
Oh yeah,
though I
yeah,
wasn't.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, where they teach you to jump on an autistic person when they're having a fit. That's not what you do.
no, that's
Like
bad.
Kate Hudson jumps on her when she's having a fit, and it's like
Mm,
as someone with someone
that's
autistic in my family, it's kind of offensive.
yeah. But anyway, on that note, we'll finish up for now. So thank you. What the heck? Plastic surgery will never be the same again. Great series. On that note, I think we'll end it for tonight. But thank you so much, everybody, for watching. We've still got 9 people on, so thanks ever so much. Thanks ever so much, Andy, for joining, and Mike, as always. Thanks,
No
Matt,
problem.
for joining, and thanks for Josh for popping on. It's great to have you on the stream.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, we just got a couple of more here. The viewer Drew saying you could also argue that Daredevil ripped off, but Daredevil had some cool stuff in it, like the soundtrack, and the late Michael Clark Duncan as Kingpin was great. DVD film bloke, yeah, I'm actually autistic and I was fucking offended. Good night. And on the final comment, we've got Peter saying, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, thanks ever so much, everybody. We'll see you all next week, same time, where the special guest will be Movie Bug. So I'll see you all then, and bye.
Bye.
Bye.